KTKZ Sacramento, where your opinion counts. A service of Salem Communications. KTKZ News Talk. Coming up, River Cats Baseball on KTKZ 1380 AM. To hear KTKZ News Talk, tune to KTKZ 105.5 FM.
Hit it! The River Cats are up and everybody plays down.
This is Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get a hit. Gotta get a hit. Hey! The River Cats are up and everybody plays down.
The Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's and five-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. It's now time for the Heineken On Deck Show. Heineken, it's all about the beer. Here now is the voice of the River Cats, Johnny Dosco.
Hi, everybody. We're at Raley Field in West Sacramento. River Cats baseball is on the air tonight. Is the third game of this four-game series. The River Cats, the Pacific Coast League AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's, taking on the Salt Lake Bees, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim AAA club here in the Coast League. The River Cats coming off back-to-back victories over Salt Lake, so they've now taken 6 of the 14 games between the two clubs. River Cats are 46-47 in second place alone in the PCL South. Tucson 58-33. They came rolling right along. They won 7 straight, 8 of 10. The River Cats, they win this game, they'll be at 500. Las Vegas 45-48, 14 back. Fresno 37-55 and 21.5 games off the pace. And as far as Salt Lake is concerned, well, their lead has been trimmed to 2 games. Yeah, Tacoma 51-39. Salt Lake with the loss last night 54-38. Just 1 game ahead in the loss column, 3 ahead in the win column, but they've split their last 10 ball games, and the River Cats need to win these last 2 to salvage a split of the 16 games between these two clubs. And we have 16 games in the span of 26 days. Our Paint in the Corners pitching matchup tonight, presented by Frizzy Paint and Wall Covering, the official paint company of the River Cats. It'll be the right-hander Ben Fritz for Sacramento. And Fritz 1-3, 5.57 ERA, making his 7th AAA start. He's worked 32 1/3 innings, allowed 35 hits. He's walked 20, and he struck out 20. He'll be opposed by the left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst, who is 4-4 and earned a run average of 4.38, making his 37th appearance in just his first start, a spot start, only go 2 or 3 innings. He does have 1 save, 49 1/3 innings, 48 hits. He's walked 21. And struck out 36. So Rauenhorst and Fritz are painting the corners pitching matchup presented by Frizzy Paint and Wall Covering. When it's time to paint, visit the Frizzy location nearest you. Beautiful night for baseball on this Saturday night. The crowd's still filing in. The River Cats trying to get to 500. We'll have more after this.
How do they make the Heineken cake can? Theory number 51. They cloned a smaller version of a keg.
Hey, Doc. You did another sheep.
I know! I'm working on it!
Theory number 15. They put a full-sized keg in ice water, hoping it would shrivel.
Did it shrivel?
Yeah. Look.
I meant the keg. Oh, it's cute, though.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken cake can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Hey, Coach Phil here for the Monterey Bay Canners. When you're looking for a quick bite to eat before a River Cats game or a night out on the town, start your evening at Monterey Bay Canners. Happy hour is daily from 4 to 7, and they even put another hour on there for you from 9 to 10. Great selection of appetizer eats and some excellent prices. Stop in at Monterey Bay Canners for dinner and enjoy 9 different types of fresh fish. Monterey Bay Canners, off I-5 at the Richards Boulevard exit on Burkett Drive. Monterey Bay Canners. If their fish were any fresher, they'd still be swimming.
Hi, this is Bobby Crosby. Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny D on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, back here at Raley Field, getting ready for the third game of this 4-game series and the 15th of 16 these two teams will play. Of course, tomorrow, the final time the teams will play during the regular season. And the River Cats at 46-47, trying to get hot. They need a big run, 13 back with 51 to play. Talking with Tony DeFrancesco today, and I said, will 40-11 do it? Would 40 wins out of 51 do it? He said, yes, it would. Yeah, we'll do the mathematics in a moment, but we'll come back. We will wrap up our Heineken On Deck show, come back with the LoJack starting lineups and the first pitch right after this.
You've been listening to the Heineken On Deck Show. Heineken, it's all about the beer. Stay tuned. Starting lineups and the first pitch is next.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Hey, the River Cats are up. Everybody plays now.
How do they make the Heineken cake can? Theory number 8. They humiliated a full-sized keg and made it feel small.
You're pathetic. You're weak. You disgust me. You are nothing. Look at that waistline. You're just a big, fat, porky keg. Take this. Oh, there goes the big toe.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken cake can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Hit it! The River Cats are up and everybody plays now.
This is Sacramento River Cats baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get a hit. Gotta get a hit. Hey, the River Cats are up and everybody plays now.
The Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's, and 5-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. River Cat Baseball is brought to you in part by Rayleigh's in Bel Air, famous for fine meats and produce. Miller Genuine Draft, golden rich flavor, remarkably smooth. Miller, good call. AT&T, the new AT&T, your world delivered. Heineken, it's all about the beer. And by Sacramento Coca-Cola, proud founding partner of River Cats Baseball. Coca-Cola, make it real.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get a hit. Gotta get a hit. Hey, the River Cats are up and everybody plays now.
Here now is the voice of the River Cats, Johnny Dosco.
Well, hi, everybody. Glad you're with us. River Cats Baseball is on the air tonight. River Cats and the Salt Lake Bees. And we'll give you the LoJack starting lineups. First for Salt Lake, the Angel affiliate here in the Coast League. It'll be Reggie Willits to lead things off. He's in center field. Casey Smith is the shortstop in the 2 slot. It'll be Casey Kochman to bat third. He's the designated hitter. Dallas McPherson will bat fourth to play third base. It'll be Mike Elward in that 5 slot. He's playing first base tonight. Jeff Mathis is doing the catching and batting 6th. Adam Patkovich is batting 7th. He's the second baseman. Jason Espedo will bat 8th to play right field. And Darren Blakely is in left field batting 9. For the River Cats, the Oakland A's AAA club here in the Coast League, it'll be Doug Clark to lead things off in left field. Mike Rouse is batting second, and he is the shortstop. Iram Boca Chica, what will he do for an encore here? He's the designated hitter batting third. Dan Johnson, just optioned down from Oakland. He's batting fourth and playing first base. Scott McLean will bat fifth. He's at third base. Jason Perry is in right field batting sixth. It'll be Keith Ginter in the 7th slot at second base. Jeremy Brown doing the catching and batting 8th, and Charles Thomas is batting 9th, and he's in center field. That's our LoJack starting lineup for both clubs. LoJack, the most powerful stolen vehicle recovery system available, the only one that's operated by the police. For more information, go to LoJack.com. So Reggie Willits to lead things off. Willits a switch hitter batting from the left side as Fritz out of a windup in the first pitch. Fastball for a strike. We're underway. It's 0-1. Brian Knight is the home plate umpire tonight. Paul Chandler at first. Stephen Versodi is over at third. And the next pitch misses high. Ball 1-1. River Cats wearing the white jerseys with the black sleeves. The Salt Lake Bees wearing the gray uniforms with the yellow and black letters and numbers as the 1-1 pitch misses high. 2-1. Defensive alignment is brought to you by Noble Way Pest Control. Don't let bugs and rodents drive you away. Call the Knights of the Noble Way at 916-929-9020. Next pitch off speed of beauty. Chased and missed. It's 2-2. So Dan Johnson is at first base, spelling SB. Keith Ginter at second. Mike Rouse at short. And Scott McLean is at third base. With Doug Clark in left, Charles Thomas in center, Jason Perry at right. 2-2 pitch misses high with a fastball 3-2. Doing the catching is Jeremy Brown. On the hill, the right-hander, Ben Fritz. There's a 3-2 pitch. That's taken strike 3 called. Good pitch. And Willits down on strikes, 1 away. Lettering up Casey Smith, the shortstop. Fritz was not sharp in his last starting in Salt Lake. It was on the 8th of July. 5 innings, 6 hits, and 6 earned runs. And, you know, he had a real tough time in the early part of the ballgame. He ended up with a no decision. The River Cats scored a bunch of runs for him. It was just one of those Franklin Covey specials. He had 27 runs, 29 hits, and 4 errors in the ballgame. There's the pitch to Smith, right-handed hitter. That's taken for a strike on 1. Yeah, he allowed 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second, but then he settled down. For 3 scoreless innings after that as the pitch misses inside. It's 1-1. Now what a wild one. The Rivercats blew a 13-6 lead in that game. Here's a little soft line drive at Dan Johnson to first base, and there are 2 away. So 2 down in the first. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Casey Kochman. Yeah, just one of those games. Pride hit a 2-run homer in the first inning for Salt Lake, and a couple of walks hurt Fritz in the second inning. Pride also had an RBI double in that second. As the pitch misses, it's 1-0 on Casey Kochman, left-handed batter. Rivercats on a bit of a roll. They need Tucson to go into a slide as the changeup misses low, 2-0. I mean, could it happen? It could. I mean, 13 back with 51 to play. Is it a long shot? Of course it is. There's a 2-0 pitch. That swung on and missed. He tried to hold up, but could not. It's 2-1. But somehow, some way, in some manner, if the Rivercats are able to win 35 ball games, there's a 2-1 pitch. That misses low and away, and it's 3-1. I think go 35-16. You never know. Crazier things have happened. 3-1 on Kochman. There's a 3-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike. Outside corner, good pitch. A fastball from Fritz. It's 3-2. And out of a windup, but Kochman had called time. Casey was really struggling with the big club. As Kochman was hitting right around $130 as the pitch is taken for strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 first for Fritz. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 2 strikeouts for the right-hander through half an inning. Salt Lake nothing, and the Rivercats coming up.
Girl, I'm no liar. I go to mycoachrewards.com for all your heart's desire. Girl, I'll put you in a fine dress from Blue Flag, Six Flags roller coaster ride, even a Hilton sweet beach side. And with every 2-liter 20-ounce of fridge pack, I'm gonna save up for the things that you lack. So baby, I'm singing this song for you to tell you about my love. MyCoachRewards.com. Residency and other restrictions apply. Enter code SPLAT 123106 or visit www.mycoachrewards.com for details.
What's even better than a brand new car? Winning $100,000 at the Roseville Auto Mall just for test driving in. Right now, every test drive you take at the Roseville Auto Mall enters you into the drawing to win $100,000 when they sell their 500,000th car. Eureka Road, off I-80, right on Sunrise.
We know what drives you. Roseville Auto Mall.
Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
Hey fans, the Rivercats and Rayleigh Field are selling a brand new hot dog and gourmet sausage. Alpine Meats, the winner of over 18 other companies in that great taste shootout of '93, is now the proud supplier to the Rivercats. Alpine products are made in small batches with select meats and premium spices, then slowly smoked with hickory. Alpine Meats, the choice of sports fans at more sports facilities in Northern California than any other company. You'll savor the flavor of Alpine Meats. After all, anything else is just a weenie. Ask your butcher. Alpine Meats, satisfying taste buds since 1936.
Hi, this is Eric Chavez. Tune in all season long to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Clark, Rouse, and Boca Chica against Jonathan Rauenhorst. They've had to do some shuffling, and nothing official yet. There are rumors that Dustin Mosley was going up to the big leagues, and or Joe Saunders, but nothing official yet. Clark at 287, 6 homers and 36 driven in, but there's been some shuffling with those Salt Lake pitchers, and as a result, Jonathan Rauenhorst gets the call for Salt Lake, and he'll work a couple of innings, maybe 3, as the pitch to Clark taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Set the Salt Lake Bees for you defensively. Mike Elward is at first base. Adam Patkovich at second, with Casey Smith at short. Dallas McPherson at third. Pitch swung on and bounced up the middle to his right. Patkovich gloves it, throws to first in time, and there is one away. So one down in the first. On the shortstop, Mike Rouse. Darren Blakely's in left field. Reggie Willits in center. Jason Espedo in right. Doing the catching is Jeff Mathis. On the hill, the left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst. Johnny Dosco with you. Kelvin Sow is our trusted engineer. In the bottom of the first, no score, River Cats and Salt Lake. River Cats need the sweep to get the split of the 16 games. Rowan Horse misses a little bit low, and the count's 1 ball and no strike. Oakland trailing Boston 7-0 in the top half of the 9th inning. David Ortiz has hit his 32nd. I believe that is a final now. 7-0 final. Schilling the win now 11-3. Pitch misses inside of the fastball 2-0. The loss to Danny Herron falling to 6-8. So Boston will try to get a split of the 4-game set with a victory tomorrow. There's a 2-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike, 2-1. Ortiz has 90 RBIs now. Ortiz had a home run and a 2-run triple. There's a 2-1 pitch. That's taken inside. It's 3-1. There's a Kurt Schilling. A nice day for him. The 3-1 pitch is swung on. A fly ball to left field. Moving over toward the line is Blakely. He's under it now. He makes the catch, and there are 2 away. So quickly, 2 outs in the first. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Iram Boca Chica. Schilling's line, he went 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 9. So here is Boca Chica, who's hitting .344 on the year with 12 homers. He's driven in 32. Right-hand hitter with a 2-run single and another hit in the 7th inning and a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. As the pitch misses away, ball 1, 1-0. Jonathan Rowenhorst sweeping that right foot across the rubber as he goes into his one. The pitch is swung on and popped up down the right field line, going out. The second baseman Pakovich has trouble and falls in for a base hit. And getting to second base, Boca Chica, all sorts of trouble with the sun out there. As Pakovich went out, Espedo went in, Elward went out. It landed between them. It's a double for Boca Chica. That's when you know things are going well for you as a hitter. A little pop-up down the right field line. He ends up with a double, and here's Dan Johnson. There's Dan Johnson getting a nice ovation here. Johnson option down from the A's. Trying to get his stroke back. Johnson, left-handed batter. 2004 Pacific Coast League Most Valuable Player. And part of the reason the Cats won that championship in 2004 is the fastball for a strike on the inside edge, 0-1. And Johnson option to the River Cats in order to make room for Milton Bradley taking off on a St. Louis with that strained left shoulder on Thursday. Left-hander with the belt. And the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. Ball 1, 1-1. Dan with an open stance. As Jonathan Rowenhorst from the third base side of the rubber comes set. Boca Chica from second. Now the 1-1 pitch. That swung on. Little dribbler it up the first base line, but foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Dan got off to a really tough start this year. He went on a tear for a little while, then mired in a tough slump as he got sent down, but trying to get it back. Obviously not overly pleased, but going to make the best of his situation here. Boca Chica takes his lead from second as the left-hander Rowenhorst comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses low and away. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Iram Boca Chica, who is hitting right around 400 against Salt Lake pitching, takes the lead from second. The 2-2 pitch that misses outside, 3-2. Rowenhorst from Anaheim, California, grew up with Ron Flores. He's 26 years old. Split time between Arkansas and Salt Lake last year. Boca Chica takes his lead. The left-hander to the plate, the 3-2 pitch. That's taken outside. It just missed. Ball 4, so Dan is aboard. So Johnson walks, and they'll bring up the third baseman, Scott McLean. There's Scott McLean, who's hitting .241, 14 homers and 55 driven in. First and second, 2 outs. Playing big right-handed hitter is Rowan Horst at the belt. Check second. And the pitch. That's swung on a chopper. Hit foul outside third and down the line. It's 0-1. Rivercats have struggled on Saturdays. 4-9 on Saturdays this year. Rowan Horst at the belt. Now the 0-1 pitch. That's taken inside. It just missed. And it's now 1-1. And McLean trying to get his stroke back, so he doesn't feel great at the plate right now. Just is lunging a little bit to get that stroke back and go on that roll. Left-hander with the belt. The runners take their leads. And the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on. A drive to center field. Hit well. Willis going back near the track. He's at the wall. It is gone! Oh, as that ball hit a 3-run blast from Scott McLean over the center field wall, and the Rivercats lead 3-0. Now they'll bring up Jason Perry, the right fielder. That's another Sutter Health home run. Another $50 has been donated from Sutter Health to the March of Dimes to help knock out premature births. And the Rivercats have now hit 84 home runs, which means the number is at 4,200. Scott McLean unloaded. There's a pitch to Perry. That's taken for a strike, 0-1. Oh, is that a bomb by number 44? And it's home run number 15. RBIs 56, 57, and 58. Rowan Horst to the plate, the 0-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-2. There's the 0-2 pitch. That's taken low. He checks his swing. Did he go? No swing, says third base umpire Stephen Personi. 1-2 on Jason. Perry with a couple of hits last night. And when he 259 on the air, he was 2 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. There's a 1-2 pitch. That swung a little chopper. It up along first. It'll be fielded by Rowan Horst. He'll take it to the back himself, and the inning is over. So 1 unassisted. 3 runs, 2 hits. A big bomb by McLean. There was nobody left. We're through an inning. Sacramento 3, Salt Lake nothing. Back with the top of the second right after this.
Hey, Claire Watkins. Listen, there's a lot going on this summer. Still got to find one last summer day camp, pick up some of those noodle floaty things for the pool, and all the summer blockbusters are coming out now because it's, well, summer. And the new AT&T has lots of ways to help you stay on top of it all. Like AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month for 12 months. You can find a great camp, buy movie tickets online, and maybe find out the name of those noodle things. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months of high-speed internet free. Go online and choose the speed that works for you. So that's Claire's World. For everybody who's not Claire, whatever you want for your world, we can deliver it. Just visit att.com. Oh, and Claire, those noodle thingies, they're called noodles. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Fast delivery charges and the USF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill service applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/shopper details. Not available in all areas.
How do you know when you've made it? If you're a baseball player, you've made it when you get named to the All-Star team. or when your face ends up on the side of a cereal box. Of course, if you're a gasoline like Chevron with Techron, you've made it when BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota designate you top-tier gasoline before any other brand. And if being the first gasoline designated top-tier by 4 leading automakers isn't worth a cereal box appearance, nothing is. Chevron.
You're listening to Sacramento Rivercats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. Rivercats Baseball is brought to you in part by Chevron with Techron, the first gasoline to be designated top tier by leading automakers. Comcast, more programs you want to watch in HD TV. That's Comcastic. And by Alpine Meats, satisfying taste buds since 1936.
3-0 Rivercat lead. 3 runs, 2 hits for the Rivercats. No runs, no hits for the Bees. Going to be Dallas McPherson, Mike Elward, and Jeff Mathis to face the right-hander Ben Fritz. Now it's a 3-0 lead. As Ben to the plate, and the pitch to McPherson taken for a strike on 1. Brian Harper coaching at third, Jim Eppert at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off speed, bounce down to the second baseman. Moving to his right is Ginter. Keith up with it. He flips it to Johnson at first in time. There is 1 away. That's 4 straight retired by Fritz. Give you the recipe for victory. Here's John Baker.
Johnny, today's recipe for victory lies in our newest Rivercat, but a familiar face to the Sacramento fans. Dan Johnson making his return to Sacramento today is going to be big for us. I'm going to say he's going to have 2 or 3 hits tonight with possibly a double or a home run in a big situation. In other news, we all found out today that Jason Windsor's going to the big leagues, and I think that excitement throughout the whole team is going to propel us to victory.
All right, that is our recipe for victory with John Baker. Brought to you by Certified Angus Beef. Angus Beef at its best. Available only from Raley's and Bel Air. As the first pitch misses, it's 1-0 on Mike Elward. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's taken somewhere. Just missed 2-0. Elward, right-hand hitter, 307, 4 homers and 31 driven in. Again, that is not official about Jason Windsor, but just about everything you read everywhere says that he is going to be the starter for the A's against Baltimore on Monday. I'm reading it everywhere. There's a 2-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike on the outside edge, 2-1. Again, that is not official. That's what everybody is hearing, that Windsor will be pitching against the Orioles on Monday in Baltimore. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's it foul. The right side out of play. That will fall short of the Solon glove. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Elward. 3 runs, 2 hits for the Rivercats. No runs, no hits for the Bees. There's a 2-1 pitch. That swung on, bounced over the head of Fritz and into center field for a base hit. So Elward picks up the first hit of the ball game for Salt Lake. And that'll bring up Jeff Mathis, the catcher. Here's Mathis, who is hitting an even .300 this year with 3 homers and 29 driven in. And if that is the case, if it is true that Windsor is pitching on Monday, it'll be a day after his 24th birthday. Yeah, it turns 24 tomorrow. Right-hander with the belt and the pitch. That's taken for a strike, 0-1. Well, no question he has earned it. 8-0 at this level, 12-1 between the 2 levels, AA and AAA. Rouse and Ginter in double play depth. As Fritz to the plate, the 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss on a fastball from Fritz, and it's 0-2. Good crowd on hand on this Saturday night. Fritz at the belt as Elward takes his lead. Now the 0-2 pitch. That swung on and fouled right below his feet. With over 30 locations throughout the region, you will find a Great Clips near you. And don't forget, when you come out to a Rivercats game, you catch the first foul ball, you get a free haircut voucher from Great Clips. So relax. Here at Great Clips. Right. Should have gone to Great Clips. Right-hander comes set. And the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, a little Bouncer under the glove of Johnson into right field. Rounding second base and getting to third is Elward. We'll see how they score it. Johnson moving to his right and went right under his glove. We'll see if they score without an error. E3 it is, an error on Dan Johnson. So first and third, one out. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Adam Patkovich. A little squibbler on the right side. So here's Adam Patkovich, the second baseman, who is hitting .236 on the year with 8 homers and 30 driven in. John Reinecker roughed up today. 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, and 7 earned runs. He walked 2 and did not strike out a batter. As the Rangers lost their game, so the Asian Rangers still tied for first place. Both teams 47 and 44. As the pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Eric Bedard won his 11th for Baltimore. So the Angels will try to gain some ground on those two clubs. Seattle lost their game to Toronto with 14 innings, 76. And did they pick him off? No! They said that Mathis got back. It looked like they had it nailed at first. When Mathis able to get back, 0-1 the count on Adam Patkovich. Middle infield and double play depth. You can tell Mathis was off of that pitch. 0-1 pitch. That misses inside with the fastball, 1-1. And Mathis almost picked off over there. Yeah, 14 innings, Toronto 7, Seattle 6. Downs over Fruto, Emiliano Fruto with the loss for Seattle club as the pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Benji Molina with the RBI single to win it for Toronto. They're now 50-40. There's the 1-2 pitch. Davison low and away. Nice stop by Jeremy Brown. It's 2-2. So Seattle falls to 44 and 47. There's still 3 back. The Angels are leading Tampa Bay 1-0 in the second. They're looking for their 45th win. Trying to climb to within a game and a half of Texas and Oakland. 2-2 the count on Patkovich. 3-0 River Cats in the second. As Ben Fritz at the belt. And the right-hander's pitch. That swung on and lifted to right field. Coming up for it, Perry. Jason Underwood, he makes the catch. Elward is tagging her up the front of the plate. A good throw, and he is out of the plate by plenty. He was out by 15 feet. And the inning is over. Nice job by Jason Perry. 9-2 on the put out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We are through an inning and a half. Sacramento 3, Salt Lake nothing. Back with the bottom of the second after this.
Meritage Homes is on the move with brand new neighborhoods in West Sacramento, Roseville, Lincoln, Elk Grove, Plumas Lakes, and Sacramento. Each new Meritage Homes neighborhood features a selection of single and 2-story homes in sizes and budgets to fit the needs of nearly every home buyer. For additional information, you can visit the communities in person, tour their homes online at meritagehomes.com, or call 916-677-5795, 916-677-5795.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
In baseball, you can tell a real pitcher by his ERA and a real fan by his HD TV. Yep, high-definition TV from Comcast Digital Cable. You've never seen baseball like this, with amazing color and detail. So lifelike, you'll be reaching for your mitt. Plus, you'll get a huge lineup of premium and local programming in HD. You know, for those 5 minutes a week you're not watching sports. So this season, don't just see the game, be the game with HD TV from Comcast. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
Hi, this is Adam Malhughes.
Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Doskow on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 3-0 River Cat lead. And for the River Cats, it'll be Ginter, Brown, and Thomas to meet the left-hander Jonathan Rauenhorst. 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Sacramento. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Bees. I want to say thanks to minor league baseball fans. The Best Western Hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. So experience the best summer ever with the Best Western Hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. So when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you get a $50 travel card courtesy of Best Western. Brown out of a windup, but the pitch to Ginter is swung on and lifted to left center, playable. Well, it's Blakely. It'll be the left fielder Blakely to make the catch, and there is 1 away. So 1 down in the second. That'll bring up the catcher, Jeremy Brown. Yeah, go to bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. 866-743-8738. Remember to book the baseball fan rate. The Yankees beat the White Sox 14-3. Mike Mussina with a win 11-3. Mark Burley with a loss point at 9-7. Jim Thome with his 31st for the White Sox. And for the Yankees, Bubba Crosby at his first. Andy Phillips with his 6th. Yankees 52-36. As they are a game and a half behind Boston. Pitch taken for a strike. It's 0-1 on Brown. 3-0 Sacramento, bottom of the second. Oh, 1 pitch. Taken for a strike in the inside corner. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-2. Well, the Nashville Sounds threw a combined 9-inning no-hitter tonight. So, yeah, the Nashville Sounds, Villanueva, Myers, and Zumwalt pitched a combined no-hitter for the Nashville Sounds. Breaking ball misses low and inside. It's 2-2. Villanueva went 6 innings, no hits. Myers, 2 innings, no hits. Zumwalt, 1 inning, no hit. So, pretty nice day there. A 9-inning combined no-hitter for the Nashville Sounds tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's taken inside. It's 3-2. That game was in Nashville, so the home team chance to see their second no-hitter in the last 4 years. Remember, John Lawson actually threw a perfect game in 2003 for Nashville. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and missed, and he loses the bat, ends up 25 feet behind home plate. So Brown strikes out. That's the first strikeout for Rauenhorst. 2 outs in the second, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Charles Thomas. Here's Charles Thomas, who is hitting .262 on the year with a homer and 24 driven in. Lefty versus lefty as Rauenhorst stares in out of a windup. Here's the pitch. That's taken a little bit low, maybe away. Ball 1, 1-0. Merlino's Freeze and Mr. Pickles at 3200 Folsom Boulevard. Best double play combination around. Here's a 1-0 pitch from Rauenhorst. That's taken for a strike on the inside edge. No one throwing yet in the Salt Lake bullpen. We heard Rauenhorst go 2, maybe 3 tonight. 1-1 on Chuck. Here's the left-hander at the plate in the 1-1 pitch. That swung. Little chopper bounced to the second baseman. Charging is Pakovich. Makes the play on the second hop. Throws a little bit low, but in time, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3 second for Rauenhorst. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 2 complete. Sacramento 3, Salt Lake nothing. Back at the top of the third after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Termites can be one of the most daunting offensive units your home will ever face. Average termite control products cannot stop them. They can only hope to contain them. A Termidor is the #1 termite defense in America. It starts working right away to completely shut out the most fearsome termite offenses in 3 months or less. Defend your home with Termidor today. Termidor Termite Defense is available from Clark Pest Control. Dial 1-800-WE-NEED-YOU or visit Clark online at clarkpest.com. Thanks, Clark. We needed you.
How do they make the Heineken keg can? Theory number 51. They cloned a smaller version of a keg.
Hey, Doc, you did another sheep.
I know! I'm working on it!
Theory number 15. They put a full-sized keg in ice water, hoping it would shrivel.
Did it shrivel?
Yeah. Look.
I meant the keg. Oh, it's cute, though.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken keg can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world and save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738 and book the baseball fan rate.
Hi, this is Kurt Sarlo. Tune in all season long to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the top of the third inning. It's a 3-0 River Cat lead, and Ben Fritz will face Jason Espedo, Darren Blakely, and Reggie Willits. Espedo at .261, a couple of homers, and 2 dramatic home runs. Be it this year, both game-tying home runs in Salt Lake against the River Cats on back-to-back days. Espedo in his 20th game in AAA as Fritz to the plate. The pitch, fastball misses high, 1-0. 31 pitches for Ben Fritz. A pretty good pace now in the third inning. Right-hander out of a windup in the 1-0 pitch. Off speed, misses high, 2-0. After this 4-game set, the River Cats will head to Colorado Springs, take on the Sky Sox for 4. As Fritz delivers high, now 3-0. Then it's back home next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to take on the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. With a 3-0 pitch, take it for a strike, 3-1. Ben Fritz out of Fresno State. He was a Bulldog. It's a 3-1 pitch. That swung on him as Espedo tried to hold up, but could not. And now Fritz has gone all the way to Jason Espedo. There's a pitch taken. Strike 3 called on the inside edge. Down he goes. So Espedo strikes out. Third strikeout for Fritz. And that'll bring up Darren Blakely, the left fielder. Xbox 360, the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, the official gaming console of your River Cats, available at your local retailer. There's a pitch swung on a bounce down to the first baseman, up with it Dan Johnson. He'll take it to the bag himself, and there are 2. So 3 unassisted, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Reggie Willits, the center fielder. Go to xbox.com for more information. Reggie Willits struck out looking in the first inning, 0 for 1. So Fritz looking sharp in the early going here. 3-0 Sacramento here in the third. River Cats with that shutout last night. Their 7th shutout of the year. They're third at home. Pitch misses low and inside. It's 1-0. River Cats, if they can win this game, they will get back to 500 at 47-47. There's the pitch, misses outside. It's now 2-0. There's a pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. River Cats were at 500 on the 6th of July at 44-44. 2-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike right down the middle, 2-2 with fastball. So 2-2 the count on Reggie Willits, hitting .314. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed. Might have missed away. It's 3-2 now on Willits. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That's fouled back on a fastball. And we'll try to get the count remains at 3-2. Ben Fritz for the plate, the 3-2 pitch. That swung a little chopper to the right side. Charging Gidner makes a play on the second up on the run. Throws to first in time, and the inning is over. So for Fritz, his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We are through 2.5. Sacramento 3, Salt Lake nothing. We'll have the bottom of the third right after this.
All right, let's go. Jack and Diane were so innocent. They were just looking for fun. At least they were so innocent. Till they went on a run. On a winning streak at Jackson, playing poker in a clutch. We call him Divide and Conquer, and it fit them so much. Now it's more than a nickname. It's just how they play in the wee hours of night till the night turns into day. Rekindling the romance, rediscovering the joy of the time they first met as a girl boy.
At Jackson Rancheria, we call Jack and Diane Dreamcatcher. People who've discovered that we're so much more than a casino. Perhaps you have too. Jackson Rancheria. Are you a dreamcatcher?
The 2006 Sacramento Rivercats aren't always playing baseball at Raley Field. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Rivercats Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at xbox.com for more information.
You're listening to Sacramento Rivercats baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. Rivercats baseball is brought to you in part by Termidor. What's America's top termite defense? Termidor. Visit TermidorHome.com today. Kellogg Garden Products. Kellogg, the official planting mixes of the Sacramento Rivercats. And by the Golden One, California's leading credit union.
All right, Doug Clark lead things off for the Rivercats as he swings and misses. It's 0-1. We're in the bottom of the third. 3-0 the Rivercats lead it. There's Rowan swinging that right leg across the mound and delivers a strike. It's 0-2. Rivercats getting a 3-run homer by Scott McLean in the first inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That misses inside with a fastball. It's 1-2. Well, nobody throwing yet in that Salt Lake bullpen. So maybe Rowan will give them 3 or 4 innings in the ball game tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That swung on a fly ball to left center. It'll stay at the baseball park. Reggie Willits drifting over to his right under it and makes the catch, and there is one away. So that's 5 straight. Retired by the left-hander Rowenhorst. One away. Here's Mike Rouse, the shortstop. Now, the Rivercats at one point, they had won 6 of 8 between the 29th of June and the 6th of July. I'll tell you, the momentum swinger for the Rivercats as far as getting through that second half. They lost the last 3 games before the All-Star break, and all by 1 run to this club in Salt Lake Beach. 4-3, 14-13, and 7-6. And Rowenhorst to the plate, and the pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Rivercats had the All-Star break. They won the first 2 games after the break. They tried to make it 3 in a row against Salt Lake, trying to make it 7 out of 15 against this club. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Match taken outside, 1-1. Tony DeFrancesco coaching at third. Andrew Beatty over there at first. A 3-0 Rivercat lead. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That swung on and smacked into right field for a base hit. So Mike Rouse picks up the 3rd Rivercat hit tonight. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Eron Bocachica. Here's Boca Chica with that Ploop double in the first inning. Ended up scoring on the McLean homer. But if you're Salt Lake, you wonder what you have to do to get this guy out. I mean, he has been just carrying the cover off the ball against Salt Lake pitching. Boca Chica at .395 against Salt Lake pitching now. And the pitch taken high, it's 1-0. He has 4 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, and 12 runs batted in against this club. And you consider the team is hitting under .250 against the Bees. Pretty impressive what Boca Chica has done. Left-hander at the belt, and a 1-0 pitch. That's taken outside, 2-0. And a situation where they could have walked him last night. Instead, they pitched to him, and he ended up doubling home a couple. Actually, singling home 2 runs. 2-0 the count, 3-0 River Cats. Bottom of the third, 1 on, 1 out. Rouse takes his lead. The 2-0 pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. And the River Cats have not played a team other than Salt Lake or Fresno since the 19th of June. It's been almost a month. As Rauenhorst over to first to keep an eye on Mike Rouse. So Colorado Springs for 8 straight before the River Cats go on that 8-day trip. They'll go to Albuquerque and Round Rock beginning on the 25th of July. There's a 2-1 pitch. That's popped up foul behind home plate. Now 2-2. Nice crowd, good energy to the crowd tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-0 River Cats. We're in the bottom half of the third. Again, the Nashville Sounds threw a combined no-hitter today against the Memphis Redbirds. There's a 2-2 pitch. That's taken outside, 3-2. Now we'll see if Mike Rouse is off on this pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here in the third inning. Rauenhorst at the belt of the 3-0. Instead he goes over to first. Keep an eye on Rouse. And Brian Harper is kind of understanding the realities of AAA baseball and how tough it can be to manage at this level, and players are taken away. And that's the key, obviously, when I'm winning at the big league level. The 3-2 pitch, that's swung on, a fly ball to left field. Darren Blakely near the track, under it, and makes the catch. A couple of feet shy of that warning track in left field, and there are 2 away. So Boca Chica flies out to left, 2 down. That'll bring up Dan Johnson, the first baseman. Well, the Office of Traffic Safety reminds you to wear your seatbelt. Click it or ticket. It's the law. There's Dan Johnson, who walked and scored in that first inning. Walked on a borderline 3-2 pitch. Dan, left-handed batter, as Rouse takes his lead, being held on by Elward. Rauenhorst at the belt, and the left-hander's pitch. That's taken low and away. Ball 1, 1-0. Rauenhorst to the plate, the 1-0 pitch. That's taken low. Ball 2, 2-0. Rauenhorst at 46 pitches. Again, nobody throwing in the Salt Lake bullpen. You know, Brian Harper can get 65, 70 pitches from Rauenhorst tonight. 2-0 pitches swung on and bounced. A diving stop by the first baseman, Elward, and he'll touch the bag, and the inning is over. 3 unassisted, no runs, 1 hit, a man left. We're through 3. Sacramento 3, Salt Lake nothing. Back on the top of the fourth after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
I'm looking for a low interest rate on a home equity loan.
How does 18.9% sound?
Can you go any lower?
How does 18.9% sound?
Other banks talk low rates, but only U.S. Bank has low rates with 5-star service guaranteed. Flexible home equity loans, fast decisions, and low rates. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have? U.S. Bank, equal housing lender.
Interested in an extra $100,000? Then all you have to do to enter to win is take a test drive at the Roseville Auto Mall before they sell their 500,000th car. 16 dealers, 21 brands, and a proud sponsor of the Sacramento River Cats. Eureka Road off I-80 right on Sunrise. Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
I'm here on the street where all the neighborhood grills are gathering. There seems to be a strike of some sort. Here comes a grill now. Sir, your name, please.
Weber.
What's your beef?
We're tired of grilling low-grade meat. It tastes bad, and we get blamed for it.
What are your demands?
Roseville meats. 60 different marinated meats, tri-tip, chicken breast, even exotic meats.
Aisle 4! USDA Prime.
You heard it here. Roseville Meats, 700 Atlantic Street, just a mile off I-80 in Roseville.
Meritage Homes is on the move with brand new neighborhoods in West Sacramento, Roseville, Lincoln, Elk Grove, Plumas Lakes, and Sacramento. Each new Meritage Homes neighborhood features a selection of single and two-story homes in sizes and budgets to fit the needs of nearly every home buyer. For additional information, you can visit the communities in person, tour their homes online at meritagehomes.com, or call 916-677-5795, 916-677-5795.
Hi, this is Steve Stanley. Tune in all season long to Sacramento River Cats baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, well, the first pitch to Casey Smith is swung on to hit down the left field line. It's going to fall in for a base hit. One off the wall. Over to get it is the left fielder Clark. Fires it in. It's a double for Casey Smith. So Smith greets Fritz pretty rudely in the fourth inning. Here's Casey Kochman, the designated hitter. There's Casey Kochman and his father, Tom Kochman, who is a fiery manager, to say the least, in Boise. And the pitch, that's taken outside 1-0. A friend of ours up here, B.G. Gould, who is from Medford, the official scorer there for years, and knew Tony DeFrancesco in his younger days. See B.G. up here. The pitch taken for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Casey Kochman struck out looking in the first inning, 0 for 1. 3-0 River Cats. We're in the top of the fourth. As Ben Fritz looks in, Casey Smith takes his lead from second. And the 1-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Nice stop by Brown. It's 2-1. Center fielder Thomas shading Kochman a little bit towards right center. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the River Cats. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Bees. That's where we are in the fourth. Pitch. That's a little chopper on the right side. And be gloved by Fritz on the second up. A little underhanded to Johnson in time, and there is one away. So 1-3 on the Padilla. Kochman does his job, and with Smith to third base. One away. Here's Dallas McPherson, the third baseman. Dallas McPherson grounded out the second baseman Ginter in the second inning, 0 for 1. Fritz is at 48 pitches, or check that, 49 pitches for the night. And here is McPherson. Casey Smith at third base. 3-0 River Cats, top of the fourth. There's a pitch. That fastball misses outside, 1-0. Don't forget, tomorrow, the final game of the series in homestand. It'll be a 7:05 start. And the scheduled starters are Ohlenberger and Kiesler. 1-0 pitch for a strike, 1-1. Ohlenberger, the right-hander, Kiesler, the left-hander. We get 7:05 start on Sunday night. One and 1 the count. And Smith takes his lead from third. Fritz to the plate, the 1-1 pitch. That misses outside of the fastball, 2-1. Fritz to the plate, 2-1 pitch. Off speed misses outside, 3-1 now on McPherson. Mike Elwood, the on-deck hitter. And the Oakland A's will host Boston, will be at Fenway for one more game tomorrow, and then they will head to Baltimore, Maryland, take on the Orioles for 3, an off day on the Thursday, and then in Detroit for 3. Pitch is swung on and missed, now 3-2. And the A's will return home to take on Boston and Toronto for 7. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Casey Smith takes his lead from third. As Fritz to the plate, the 3-2 pitch misses outside, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Fritz. So first and third, 1 out, and the number got the first baseman, Mike Elward. Well, Tony DeFrancesco, and given the reports of Rick Rodriguez, the pitching coach, Rick Rodriguez will be pleased to know that Rivercats won the first 2 games by scores of 6-3 and 4-0. So 3 runs in the first couple of ball games. Rivercats getting that combined shutout. Comine, Cone, Watson, Watazik, and Roney. First and third, here's Elward as the pitch. That swung on and missed. He tried to hold up, and he could not. It's 0-1. Java City, Sacramento specialty coffee roaster since 1894. Invite you to grab a coffee or Javalanche at our concession stand while you enjoy the game here at Raley Field. And Rivercat fans, shop at javacity.com and get free shipping within Sacramento. Fritz steps off, the fake the third throw to first, they have it picked off. And Johnson now is going to run Smith back. He throws to third in time to get him. They played it to perfection. They go back to second base, and they get him. How about that? The fake to third, throw to first. It goes 1-3 to 5-4. And they pick off McPherson and get Smith. Holy Cadelco, what a play. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, and nobody left. I've never seen that. We're through 3.5. Sacramento 3, Salt Lake nothing. Back with the bottom of the 4th after this.
KTKZ Sacramento, where your opinion counts. A service of Salem Communications. KTKZ News Talk.
Hey, Claire Watkins. Listen, there's a lot going on this summer. Still got to find one last summer day camp, pick up some of those noodle floaty things for the pool, and all the summer blockbusters are coming out now because it's, well, summer. And the new AT&T has lots of ways to help you stay on top of it all. Like AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month for 12 months. You can find a great camp, buy movie tickets online, and maybe find out the name of those noodle things. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months of high-speed internet free. Go online and choose the speed that works for you. So that's Claire's World. For everybody who's not Claire, whatever you want for your world, we can deliver it. Just visit att.com. Oh, and Claire, those noodle thingies, they're called noodles. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxi level charges in the SUSF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/shopper details. Not available in all areas.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Hi, this is Kurt Young. Tune in all season long to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Doskow on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-0 the score. The Rivercats are leading. It went 1-3 to 5-4 as Smith and McPherson both picked off in the same sequence. As the pitch taken for a strike, it's 0-1 to McLean, who had a 3-run homer in the first. McLean, Perry, and Ginter will face the left-hander Rowenhorst, a 3-0 Rivercat lead. As Rowenhorst stares in, the left-hander out of a windup, and the 0-1 pitch is taken outside 1-1. We have a special guest here, B.T. Gould from Medford, who was the official scorer there for years and had a chance to see guys like Tony DeFrancesco and Jim Medford and Casey Kochman. As the left-hander's pitch is swung on and lifted to right center. Willits coming over for it to his left under it, makes the catch, and there is one away. Well, nice to see you, Mr. Gould. How are you?
Fine, Johnny. How's it going? I love this stadium. This is my second time down here. I had a chance to come here in 2000. I was with some friends in the Modesto, organization, and we had a day off, so the trainer and I came over for a night game when Bob Galen was the manager, and this is my third time here, third game here at the stadium, and I love this facility.
Appreciate it. Pitch misses inside to Perry, and it's 1-0. Perry, a little bounce out to Rauenhorst in the first inning, 0-for-1. A 3-0 Rivercat lead, but you had the chance to see Tony DeFrancesco in, I guess you could say, his younger days. The 1-0 pitch swung on a miss, and the count's 1-1. He was a fiery guy back then, wasn't he?
Oh, holy cow, Johnny. He was so intense. He hated to lose, okay? I mean, he would protect the kids, and then one time we were up in Spokane, and there was a situation, and, in the Northwest League we only used a two-man umpiring crew, where there was a play where one of the umps forgot to pick his partner up, and there was a play at third, and no one saw the relay throw that nailed the Spokane player, and the umpire ended up calling everybody safe. And holy cow, Tony looked like the Tasmanian devil, Johnny, coming across out of the third base dugout, and he was looking for the first base ump, and naturally he got tossed that night. So he's like a fiery general. He's a great organization, and he's done a phenomenal job with Rivercats.
He's pretty intense. He's still the same way about losing, though. He is not a fan of losing. I mean, what manager is, but he's still a fiery guy. He's been kicked out a few games here. Pumps up the club.
Oh, yeah. At one time, he was so upset at the Medford A's, he decided to have a midnight practice right after the game.
Kidding me?
No. He said, you guys, get your practice gear on. We're going to have a little workout here under the lights.
There's a 3-2 pitch from Rauenhorst, taking strike three, called, down he goes. So Jason Perry strikes out, 2 down. Here's Keith Ginter, 3-0 Rivercats, up with BG Gould from Medford. Now tell us about Casey Koch. When you saw him as a junior in high school, you said.
Yeah, Johnny. Casey was originally from the state of Florida, and Tom Kochman was the manager of the Boise Hawks. At that time was the farm club of the California Angels, and Koch was the manager. Well, Casey would come out and spend 2 weeks with Dad at Boise, and it just happened to be, I think, 2 of the 3 years that Casey came to Boise, Medford was there, and, play the 5-game series. And so after the game, win or lose, Tom would, get on the mound, throw Casey batting practice, and Casey was like a junior in high school, and he would hit rocket shots out of Boise Memorial Stadium, which is about the same dimensions as Rayleigh here, and there was like 100 to 150 fans stayed afterwards to watch Casey hit these rocket shots with an aluminum bat out of the stadium.
Yeah, at that point, he had a pretty decent future. The 1-2 pitch to Ginter, taken outside, 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 count to Keith Ginter. Pretty special, huh?
Oh, special. And then I had a chance. Another reason why I came this weekend to see old buddy of mine, Jim Eppert, the hitting coach for the.
Yeah, very well respected. His hitter lines went foul.
He was the manager of the Portland Rockies for a couple of years at up in Portland, Oregon, and Jim started his professional baseball career as first baseman for the Medford A's in 1982, and
there's a 2-2 pitch swung on it, smacked in the center field for a base hit, so a 2-out single for Ginter. And with the Rivercats, that is their 4th hit, and that'll bring up Jeremy Brown, the catcher. Now, he was apparently, Eppert was a legendary hitter in the minor leagues, I hear.
Yeah, he won the Northwest League batting title in 1982. And he knows what he's doing to show these kids how to hit.
Absolutely. So you've seen, it's funny, you got a chance in Medford to see these guys when they're raw. I mean, see these players when they are just coming up out of the college game or out of the high school game, and they're adjusting from aluminum bats to wood bats as the pitch to Brown is swung on, and a little chopper foul outside third 0-1. That must be kind of exciting to see those kids right out of school.
Oh, yeah, it was just fun. And like I said, you follow their career, you know, and even though Medford hasn't had a professional baseball team in Medford since summer of '99, I still follow all the guys that have gone through Medford. You know, the Miguel Tejadas, Timmy Hudson, who's now in Atlanta. The list goes on, Johnny. And another friend of mine that I got to meet through the Salt Lake program a couple of years ago was Rob Quinlan, who I first saw in Boise, and I knew that kid was going to make it.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well for the Angels right now as well. Yeah, he did. He did pretty well with the Salt Lake Club for a few years there, and now he's up with the Angels and hitting the ball pretty well. Left-hander comes set. The 0-1 pitch to Brown. That swung on a chopper foul outside third, and the count's 0-2. Have you had a chance to see Tony a little bit? You been here?
Oh yeah, Tony got me and my buddy Jesse Johansson, who's a radio guy in '96. And if you saw Jesse, who's a vice president of a loan company here in San Francisco, he's a spitting image of Jerry Seinfeld.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, spitting image. And so Tony and I got to go in the clubhouse last night, and then I got to see Brian McCon again. And see, Brian was with Modesto in 2000, and Greg Sparks was the manager for Spokane, for Modesto, and Sparky's now the roving hitting instructor. And matter of fact, I got to talk to Sparky today, and so you get to know all these guys of the organization. I tell you what, the Oakland A's is one of the top-class organizations in professional baseball.
Indeed. Left-hander over to first to check on Keith Ginter, and
And
Ginter gets back.
Tony did a very special thing one year for me up in Medford. He for my birthday, he let me pick the starting lineup.
I'm trying to get him to do that for 4 years. He won't do that for me. Wow, how about that? Good for you.
And
good for you.
So I had a system that I used, by keeping the stats.
And the 1-2 pitch that swung on and missed. Down he goes. Tell me about that system real fast.
Okay.
No runs, 1 hit, a man left. We'll get to it after this break. We're through 4. 3-0 River Cats. Back with the top of the 5th right after this.
I'm here on the street where all the neighborhood grills are gathering. There seems to be a strike of some sort. Here comes a grill now. Sir, your name, please.
Weber.
What's your beef?
We're tired of grilling low-grade meat. It tastes bad, and we get blamed for it.
What are your demands?
Roseville meat. 60 different marinated meats, tri-tip, chicken breast, even exotic meats.
Aisle 4! USDA Prime.
You heard it here. Roseville Meats, 700 Atlantic Street, just a mile off I-80 in Roseville.
Brewery, can I help you?
Hi. I just bought a 12-pack of your beer, and I think there's something missing in it. There's no taste in the beer. I mean, the bottles look normal, but
there's no taste?
Yeah, it tastes like fizzy water, the beer.
Okay.
So I was hoping maybe somebody in shipping could just hook me up with some flavor, like, I don't know, 12 packets of it, and I'll pay for shipping.
Sir, there's no flavor.
Is there like a flavor barrel or something? Or is there like a flavor distribution center in my neighborhood? I'll pick it up.
No, there's no center, but
I'll tell you what. I got some Miller Lights here. That'll do the trick. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Miller Lite. With more taste than Bud Light and half the carbs. Miller. Good call.
For 12 ounces, Miller Lite contains 96 calories, 3.2 grams carbs, 0.9 grams protein, 0 grams fat. Bud Light contains 6.6 grams carbs. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
You're listening to Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. River Cats Baseball is brought to you in part by Jackson Rancheria Casino Hotel and Conference Center, where friendship is the largest jackpot. The Roseville Auto Mall, 16 dealers, 21 brands, 1 location. We know what drives you. And by U.S. Bank. 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have?
All right, top of the fifth, 3-0. The Rivercats lead it. B.G. Gould, thank you so much for being here and enlightening us up on Conchman and Eppert and DeFrancesco, and we'll see you real soon. Appreciate
My pleasure.
Okay, appreciate it. That was B.G. Gould, our guest here. Good to see him as a chance to visit with his old friend Tony DeFrancesco. And we have a 3-0 baseball game in the top of the fifth. It'll be Elward, Mathis, and Pakovich as Fritz delivers low and in shot. It's 1-0. The 1-3-5-4 pickoff where they got Smith and McPherson. And that's talk about working the fake to third, throw to first to perfection. And the pitch taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. So the Rivercats now 16 consecutive scoreless innings against the league. Pitch swung on it, popped up. Rouse, the shortstop under, makes the catch, and there is one away. Or against Salt Lake, I should say. Yeah, so the last 3 innings of the first game, or the first game of the 4-game set, and then the shutout yesterday, and now the first 4 innings tonight. So that is 16 in the third consecutive innings, not allowing a run. And here is Jeff Mathis, the catcher, who reached on the Johnson error in the second as the pitch taken inside. It's 1-0. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Rivercats. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Bees. Rivercats getting their 3 runs and a 3-run homer by McLean. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on a bounce down to the shortstop. Rouse will scoop it up. He'll sling it over to first in time, and there are 2 away. So quickly 2 down in the 5th inning. And that will bring up the second baseman, Adam Pakovich. So here is Adam Pakovich, who hit a fly ball to Jason Perry in the second inning, and Perry made the catch and fired home, and they got Elward at the plate by plenty. Elward was out by about 20 feet. He tried to barrel over Brown, but Brown stood his ground, held onto the baseball as Fritz delivers a strike. It's 0-1 on Pakovich. Rivercats trying to get back to 500. Rivercats split the 16 games with Salt Lake last year. They're 49-45 all time. The pitch swung on and missed 0-2. And that is just 63 pitches for Fritz. So he's on a great pace right now. We're in the 5th inning. Fritz out of a windup with the 0-2 pitch. That's taken low, 1-2. Salt Lake fading in the standings. I mean, they still have a 2-game edge over Tacoma. Tacoma lost Adam Jones. Jones now in the big leagues, but they got Shin-Soo Choo back as the 1-2 pitch is swung on. A fly ball to left center. Long way to go for Clark and Thomas, and it'll be Thomas at center able to make the running catch, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3 fifth for Fritz. No runs, no hits, no errors. Over to that. We're through 4.5. Sacramento 3, Salt Lake nothing. Back with the bottom of the 5th after this.
Hey, I just found a great way to refinance the remodeling I want to do to my house.
Oh, how's that?
I'm getting an equity loan from the Golden One Credit Union. Their equity loans have a great low rate.
Well, I can see how an equity loan may save you some money, but why use an equity loan for the financing?
Because the interest may be tax deductible. But always consult your tax advisor regarding deductibility of interest.
Yeah, I've been thinking about buying a new car.
Oh.
And if I buy it with money from a Golden One equity loan, I may be able to save money with a low rate and possibly save on taxes.
Right.
It looks like an equity loan from the Golden One is a great way to save money when it's necessary to borrow.
It sure is. Golden One members can use equity loans to make major purchases, consolidate debt, or for things like financing a college education. A Golden One equity loan application is quick and easy to fill out, and you can apply by visiting goldenone.com, any Golden One office, or by calling 1-877-GOLDEN-1.
Anyone who lives or works in the Sacramento area can join the Golden One and experience service with a personal touch. The Golden One is an equal housing lender.
This just in, some gasoline brands you think of as being premium aren't so premium after all. Because while Chevron with Techron was the first gasoline designated top-tier gasoline by BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota, some of our big-name competitors still don't qualify. So stop by Chevron, where premium isn't just another way of saying close but not quite Techron. Chevron. And you can pay for your gas and other purchases with your Chevron credit card.
Hey, Coach Phil here for Monterey Bay Canners. When you're looking for a quick bite to eat before a Rivercats game or a night out on the town, start your evening at Monterey Bay Canners. Happy hours daily from 4 to 7, and they even put another hour on there for you from 9 to 10. Great selection of appetizer eats and some excellent prices. Stop in at Monterey Bay Canners for dinner and enjoy 9 different types of fresh fish. Monterey Bay Canners, off I-5 at the Richards Boulevard exit on Burkett Drive. Monterey Bay Canners. If their fish were any fresher, they'd still be swimming.
Hi, this is Dan Johnston, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 3-0 Rivercat lead. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Rivercats. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Bees. It'll be Charles Thomas, Doug Clark, and Mike Rouse, numbers 9, 1, and 2, to face the new pitcher, Jeff Haberlow, who takes over from Rowan Horst. Rowan Horst, 4 pretty good innings. He did allow the 3-run homer to McLean, but 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walked 1. He struck out 3. Threw 68 pitches, 40 of them strikes. And the first pitch from Haberlow, the right-hander delivers a fastball that misses inside. It's 1-0. Jeff Haberlow, 2-4, 5.75. As the pitch misses inside, it's 2-0. Haberlow making his 10th appearance, 36 innings, 36 hits. He's walked 25, struck out 23. Son of Dave Haberlow, former major leaguer. There's a 2-0 pitch. That swung on, a little bounce down to the shortstop. Making the play on the third hop is Smith. He'll fire over to first in time. There is 1 away. So 6-3 on the put out. 1 down. That'll bring up the left fielder, Doug Clark. Clark bounced out to the second baseman, Pakovich, in the first. He flied out to Willits in center field in the third. Rivercats leading 3-0 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Haberlow pitched in relief of Shell in the 14-13 win they had over the Rivercats back on the 8th of July. First pitch misses, 1-0. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Oh, look out. Fastball misses high and tight, almost behind him, and it's now 2-0. That wasn't even close. But Haberlow, he does have a start against the Rivercats, and that was back on the 2nd of July. 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He struggled against Sacramento. There's a 2-0 pitch. That hits him. I don't know what's going on. Haberlow has thrown 2 pitches that almost look like purpose pitches to Clark. 3-0. He's all over the map right now. Haberlow 0-2 in the area of over 7 against the Rivercats. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike, 3-1. And 11 in the third innings. He's allowed 16 hits and 12 runs, 9 of them earned. Walked 10, he struck out 10. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's taken outside and low, ball 4. So Clark walks. And that is the second walk the Rivercats have earned. That'll bring up Mike Rouse, the shortstop. Here's Rouse. Rouse struggled on the last road trip. He was 3 for 21. And hitting just $194 in his last 10 ball games. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He flied out to the left fielder Blakely in the first, singled in the third, and 262. And on the grass hit third, McPherson. As Haberlow at the belt and goes over to first to keep an eye on Clark. 3-0, the Rivercats leader. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning from Raley Field. The Rivercats are trying to get back to the 500 mark at home as well. They're 23 and 24 here at Raley Field. As Haberlow to the plate, the runner goes. The pitch is strike. The throw down to second base. He is not in time. He's stolen it. So Doug with a stolen base, and for Clark, that is stolen base number 20 on the year, as he's 20 for 26. And the Rivercats have a runner in scoring position for the first time since the first inning. 0-1 the count on Rouse. As Haberlow checks second. And the right-hander's pitch. That's taken low and inside. It's 1-1. Rivercats trying to make it 3 in a row after losing 3 in a row to Salt Lake. Before that, they won 3 in a row against Fresno. They're a little streaky of late. Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike. Off-speed pitch on the inside corner. And it's 1-2 on Rouse. Rouse out of the left side of the batter's box. Now back in. Tony DeFrancesco. Third base coach and skipper of the River Cats looking down at Clark. At second base is the right-hander Haverlow to the plate. The 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. It gets away from Mathis. So Clark will go to third base on the wild pitch. So now you have a runner on third with one out. And it is a 2-2 count on Rouse. Well, the Golden One Credit Union, California's leading credit union, is proud to bring you this date in baseball history. This date in 1939. National League President Ford Frick orders 2-foot screens affixed inside all foul poles after Billy Georges of the Giants and umpire George Major Kurth spit at each other after a foul ball called down the left field line is disputed at the Polo Grounds. I didn't know that. The American League will soon follow the senior circuit lead and will also install foul ball screens. Foul pole screens. Here's the 2-2 pitch. For the infield in. Here's a bouncer on the right side. Packett's glove. He's coming home. And the throw to the plate. And now they have Clark in a rundown. Mathis will run him down to McPherson. McPherson will feed Haverlow in time. Oh, and Clark's hot. Clark thought he got his hand in. Oh, Clark can't believe he's going to leave it to Tony DeFrancesco to argue. Doug Clark thought he got his hand in, but Haverlow applied the tag. And ending up at second base is Mike Rouse on the fielder's choice. So that goes 4-2 to 5-1. And Clark is out at the plate. And now Rouse at second base with 2 outs. Here's Iram Bocachica. Tony did not have a good angle on it. I'm sure if he did, he would have argued more vehemently because it looked like Clark got that hand in. Bocachica doubled and scored in the first. Flied out to left fielder Blakely in the third. 3-0 River Cats here in the fifth. As the right-hander to the plate, the pitch misses low and away. I'll tell you, Haverlow is all over the place today. 1-0 the count. $11,181 the attendance today. 11,181 the attendance. 1-0 the count on Bocachica, who is hitting .347 on the year. The Salt Lake Bees really did not play that. They did not work that run down very well. Actually, the 1-0 pitch, that's taken inside. It's 2. I mean, they got the job done. Really borderline call at the plate. But the catcher, Mathis, he really didn't run Clark back all that far before he made the throw. And that allowed Rouse to get to second base as Haverlow at the belt. And the 2-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. 2-1. This date in 1960, Giants first baseman Willie McCovey's invisible triple causes the umpires to call a 24-minute fog delay at Candlestick Park. The Dodgers go on to win 5-3. There's a 2-1 pitch. That's taken outside. And now they have Rouse in a rundown, and then they throw it away. They throw it away, so Rouse going to try to score, and he will score. It's 4-0. That's going to be an error charge to the second baseman, Pakovich. They had him picked off as the catcher, Mathis, fired down to Pakovich. Pakovich, a wild throw to third. So that'll be an error charge to the second baseman. And it's a 4-0 River Cat lead. And Bocachica up there with a 3-1 count. Here's the 3-1 pitch taken low and away, ball 4. So Bocachica walks. What a wild fifth inning. And here's Dan Johnson, the first baseman. Four runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the River Cats. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for the Bees. Yeah, Mathis threw a strike to Pakovich. And again, I mean, they had Rouse, but the throw from Pakovich to the third baseman McPherson was offline. And Rouse ends up scoring on the play. The Rivercats get their fourth run. Charles Nagy, the pitching coach, out there to chat with Jeff Haverlow. Salt Lake Bees, a little sloppy baseball here in this fifth inning. There's been a walk, a stolen base, a wild pitch, an error. And here's Dan Johnson. Johnson has walked and scored and bounced out. 4-0 Rivercats, bottom of the fifth. As Haverlow comes set, Boca Chica takes lead. He goes. The pitch is low. The throw from his knees to second base is not in time. He's stolen it. So Boca Chica, another stolen base for Eron, his 11th of the year in 12 attempts. And it's 1-0 on Dan Johnson. Haverlow checks second, the 1-0 pitch. That's taken low, and it gets away from Mathis, and he can't find it. Boca Chica digging for third. He'll get there. What else can go on in this inning? This is nuts. So a wild pitch moves Boca Chica to third. It's the second wild pitch uncorked by Haverlow in the inning, and his third of the year. 2-0 the count on the left-hand hitting Johnson. Here's the 2-0 pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. Yeah, credit and assist to Mathis on the throw down to second base to get Rouse. Rouse was leading off second base a little bit too much, and Mathis saw that fire down to second. They had him, but Packmich threw it away. Pitch misses low, 3-1. This is not Haverlow's night, and Jeff just got in the ball game, but Jeff, he just doesn't have it. 3-1 the count. Boca Chica takes his lead, and the 3-1 pitch. That's swung on and ground ball down to the second baseman. Packmich will scoop it up and throw him out. The inning is over. But one run without the benefit of a hit, 2 walks, 1 error, and 1 man left. We are through. 5 complete. Sacramento 4, Salt Lake nothing. Back on the top of the sticks after this.
You're listening to the Rivercats on the radio, but what are you really feeling? If you're like many people, you're feeling garden guilt. Garden guilt's what happens every spring when you know you should be out there planting beautiful shrubs and flowers that grow up to be the envy of the neighborhood. But how? Well, just get out there with a bag or two of Kellogg Enrich and your plants will be spectacular. And the best part is you can even listen to the game on the radio while you're doing it. Enrich, one of the Kellogg planting mixes. Topper, Grow Mulch, Amend, Enrich, and Patio Plus. The official garden products of the Sacramento Rivercats.
Carl Roberts right down the lane, fancy blackjack, poker's his game. He heads down to Jackson Rancheria around twice a week. He knows the locals ain't as nice as pie. He's been known to hold the door and tell you hi. But once he's dealt a hand, he hardly speaks. So be careful when you play his game. He'll fool you once and twice the same. Beware the habit Carl, the king of comps reads. At Jackson Rancheria, we call people like Carl dreamcatchers. People who have discovered that we're so much more than a casino. Perhaps you have too. Jackson Rancheria. Are you a dream catcher?
Woohoo! April's here, the start of baseball season, and another great month to enjoy some fine meat from the Roseville Meat Company. Get your Easter meat, whether it's juicy prime rib, leg of lamb, honey hams, or short ribs. And right now, baby back ribs are on sale. Even ground chuck, just $2.19 a pound. Don't forget the weekends when barbecue and tri-tip makes you the envy of the neighborhood. Roseville Meat Company, 700 Atlantic Street in Roseville. Call Dave at 782-2705. Roseville Meat Company, 782-2705.
This is Mark Ellis, and you're listening to Rivercast Baseball with Johnny Doskow on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, we go to the sixth. It's a 4-0 Rivercat lead, and it'll be Espedo, Blakely, and Willis to face the right-hander Fritz. There's the 1-0 to Espedo. That's swung on and missed. Fritz took something off. It's 1-1. Jason struck out looking in the third inning. Fritz has faced just 1 over the minimum through 5 innings. There's the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on and fouled back. It'll go over the screen and amongst the crowd in front of us. It's 1-2. This dated 1996 after making 2,216 consecutive starts at shortstop. Orioles' Cal Ripken, as the pitch is swung, a little three-hopper hit to the second baseman. Ginter will throw to first in time, and there's one away. Cal Ripken returns to third base for the first time since June 30th, 1982. The 2,216 straight starts is a major league record at any position. That's our This Date in Baseball History, brought to you by the Golden One Credit Union, the official credit union partner of the Rivercats. Here is Garrett Blakely, who bounced out to the first baseman Johnson in the third inning, 0 for 1. 4-0 Rivercats here in the sixth. As the pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Ben Fritz has looked sharp. About just 2 hits, the double by Smith, the single by Elward. 0-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike. Fastball, the inside part of the plate. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, misses low. 1-2. Fritz pitching with a lot of confidence right now. Ben out of a windup in the 1-2 pitch. That hits him. Got him right in the leg. A fastball that got away from Fritz. So he hits Blakely with 1 out here in the sixth. That'll bring up Reggie Willits, the center fielder. Fritz 0-2 against Salt Lake. His earned run average is 4.67. 17 in the third inning, 16 hits. He's walked 11 and struck out 9. Willits is 0 for 2, struck out in the first. He bounced out in the third. Rivercats 3 in the first, 1 in the fifth. They lead 4-0 in the sixth. As Blakely takes his lead in the right-hander's pitch, that misses low, 1-0. Fritz at 74 pitches for the night. As Blakely takes his lead, and Ben delivers. Pitch is lifted foul, left side on a play. It's 1-1. Fritz, there's a very calm demeanor out there, no matter what the situation is. Blakely takes his lead, and the 1-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike, and a bluff throw from Jeremy Brown, and back in safely at first. Blakely. It's 1-2. Blakely takes his lead. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on, hit it to left field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting. Up to get it is Clark, stopping at second base Blakely. So Willits takes that pitch the other way. It's first and second, 1 out for the shortstop, Casey Smith. That's just the third hit off Fritz. But see Fritz's reaction when Willits hit that ball. We give Willits credit. I mean, that was a good piece of hitting. First and second, 1 out. Smith and a soft line drive to Dan Johnson in the first inning and doubled in the fourth. Hitting .278 on the year. Fritz checks second, and Ben in the plate to pitch. That's taken high, 1-0. The Roseville Auto Mall, 16 dealers, 21 brands, and home of the $100,000 giveaway. Take a test drive, and you're entered to win $100,000 when they sell 500,000 cars. Eureka Road off I-80, go right on Sunrise. And Fritz spins around, trying to keep Blakely close at second. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. A fastball. It's 1-1. Fritz looks in, looks back at second base, and the 1-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike at the inside corner. And when Fritz has needed the big strike, he has been able to get it. 1-2 to count. Don't forget tomorrow night, the final game of this series, where the Rivercats head to Colorado Springs. It'll be right-hander Casey Olenberger against left-hander Randy Kiesler. Willits and Blakely take their lead. Fritz looking for a double play ball. There's a 1-2 pitch. That's swung on it hard but foul outside third and down the line. And remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, nothing official as far as Salt Lake is concerned, but we had heard that Mosley and or Saunders would be called up over the next few days by the Angels. And the River Cats alone in second place in the PCL for the first time since April 29th. 1-2 pitch. That's foul back. River Cats, they do remain 13 games behind the Tucson Sidewinders, so a long way to go, but they moved ahead of Vegas, who has lost 5 straight. Vegas now 3 games under at 45 and 48. Fritz checks second, though. 1-2 pitch. That's swung on. Fly ball center field. Charles Thomas on the run, makes the catch. He fires back to second base, and it's not in time. It gets away from Ginter. Backed up by Johnson. Good effort by Charles Thomas there. 2 down. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Casey Kochman. So here is Casey Kochman. Kochman struck out looking in the first. He bounced back to the pitcher Fritz in the fourth. Here's the pitch to Kochman. That's swung on, a little bouncer back to Fritz. Gloves on the second hop. And he throws the first in time. He gets out of it unscathed. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We're through 5 1/2. It's the River Cats 4, Salt Lake nothing. Back with the bottom of the 6th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Girl, I'm no liar. I go to mycokerewards.com for all your heart's desire. Girl, I'll put you in a fine dress from Blue Six Flags roller coaster ride, even a Hilton Sweet Beach side. And with every 2-liter, 20-ounce of fridge pack, I'm gonna save up for the things that you lack. So baby, I'm singing this song for you to tell you about my love. MyCokeRewards.com.
Residency and other restrictions apply. Enter code 5123106 or visit www.mycokerewards.com for details.
I'd like a personal checking account. Well, I'm all ears. What's your name? Rob. Rob Lee. All right, Bill. Can I call you Willie? Rob. I heard that. You married Ernesto? No. A little something for the missus.
Personal checking at other banks isn't always personal. U.S. Bank checking is built around you with free internet bill pay, free ATMs, and the most reward choices, even cash back. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have?
Bye, Murray. Rob.
U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
What's even better than a brand new car? Winning $100,000 at the Roseville Auto Mall just for test driving it. Right now, every test drive you take at the Roseville Auto Mall enters you into the drawing to win $100,000 when they sell their 500,000th car. Eureka Road, off I-80, right on Sunrise.
Know what drives you, Roseville Auto Mall.
Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
You're listening to Sacramento River Cats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. River Cats Baseball is brought to you in part by Merlino's Freeze. Baseball and Merlino's Freeze. Your ticket to a cool season. The Golden One, California's leading credit union. And by Best Western, the world's largest hotel chain.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 4-0 River Cat lead. River Cat pitchers have now thrown 18 consecutive scoreless innings. And here is Scott McLean to lead things off for the River Cats. McLean, Perry, and Ginter. Numbers 5, 6, and 7 to face Jeff Haverlow. A 4-0 River Cat lead. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday night. As the pitch from Haverlow is taken for a strike on 1. And McLean, a 3-run homer over the center field wall. Quite a shot. As Haverlow at the belt. Now the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on, hit on the ground. Diving, stopped by McPherson. Gets up and throws wild, but the tag applied by Elward. Nice play on both ends. So 5-3 on the foot out with a couple of exclamation points. A candidate for Merlino's Freeze defensive scoop of the game. And that will bring up Jason Perry, the right fielder. Nice play by McPherson. The throw was offline, and Elward coming off the bag. And here is Perry, who bounced out to the pitcher Rauenhorst in the first, struck out looking in the fourth. Very left-handed batter at 256 on the year. Albert low to the plate, and the pitch swung on a squib foul behind home plate, 0-1. 4-0 River Cats, bottom of the sixth. Yeah, Tucson, I mean, on another roll. This team is something else. 7 in a row as the pitch taken for a strike quickly. 0-2 on Perry. If someone in last night 7-5 over Las Vegas. Las Vegas 50 runs. I think at the beginning of the year they were on fire. They looked like the team to beat in the South. There's the 0-2 pitch. That's swung on line, drive caught by the first baseman Elward, and there are 2 down. So 2 away in the sixth. That'll bring up Keith Ginter, the second baseman. There's Ginter, who's 1 for 2, flied out to the left fielder Blakely in the second. He singled in the fourth. 4-0 River Cats, bottom of the sixth. Yeah, Dustin Mosley will pitch for the Angels on Monday as Jared Weaver has bicep tendinitis, and he will be out for at least one start as the pitch misses outside. It's 1-0 on Ginter. So yeah, it'll be Dustin Mosley for the Angels on Monday. There's a 1-0 pitch. That's a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-1. And Monday, the Angels will take on Cleveland at home. That's Dustin Mosley's start. Angels hosting Tampa Bay right now. Take a look at that score coming up. 1-1 to count. 4-0 River Cats. We're in the bottom of the sixth. 2 outs and nobody on. McPherson, Elward, and Mathis for the Angel affiliate. Salt Lake Bees in the seventh. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's swung on him on the ground toward the shortstop. Making a play on the second hop is Smith. Casey over to first in time, and the inning is over. 6-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through 6 complete. Sacramento 4, Salt Lake nothing. Back on the top of the seventh right after this.
You know how popular natural foods are today. What you may not know, if you'll permit me to toot our horn a little, Raley's was the first to offer natural foods in a supermarket. A separate department, like a store within a store, about 25 years ago. Over the years, our selection of natural food items has grown, and today, I doubt you'll find another major supermarket chain with our variety. Plus, we offer fresh organic produce items. This is a good time to shop at Raley's in Bel Air. Through July 25th, we're having a big natural food sale, savings on popular natural items like Jenna soy powder and soy milk, Silk brand. And we have the newest natural items like Inco's ready-to-drink white tea and Samuel Smith organic beer. Plus reduced prices on organic produce and fresh natural meats. At Raley's in Bel Air, a bigger selection of natural foods and vitamins. Stop by during our sale.
How do you know when you've made it? If you're a baseball player, you've made it when you get named to the All-Star team. Or when your face ends up on the side of a cereal box. Of course, if you're a gasoline like Chevron with Techron, you've made it when BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota designate you top-tier gasoline before any other brand. And if being the first gasoline designated top tier by 4 leading automakers isn't worth a cereal box appearance, nothing is. Chevron.
Hi, this is Brian McCarn. Tune in all season long to Sacramento River Cats baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
We go to the top of the seventh inning. River Cats leading it 4-0. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the River Cats. No runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for Salt Lake. Now here's Dallas McPherson. The River Cat pitchers have thrown 18 consecutive scoreless innings. Now that will not hit a funny bone for this Salt Lake club. I mean, this has been something else. I mean, it's been a combination of Salt Lake stroking at the plate, but the River Cats, give the River Cat pitchers credit. McPherson, a left-handed batter. 4-0. The River Cats are leading it. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-0. McPherson grounded out the second baseman Ginter in the second. He walked in the fourth. The pitch is swung on and popped up. The shortstop, Rouse, calling for it all the way, waiting for it, and Mike makes the catch, and there is one away. So one down in the seventh. 86 pitches for Ben Fritz. That'll bring a Mike Elward, the first baseman. Chris, RJ, Caitlin, Kevin, Helene, and Sean. And the 6 kids like to say hello to all our friends on the Cape tuning into RiverCats baseball. Great to have you with us. As the pitch in there for a strike, it's 0-1 on Mike Elward. 4-0 the RiverCats lead in the 7th. Elward 1 for 2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. Castellano loosening up in the bullpen for the RiverCats, and the fastball misses high, 1-2. What a job by Ben Fritz. RiverCats looking for their 19th consecutive scoreless inning. Big Ben out of a wide with a 1-2 pitch. That's taken inside. It just missed, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's swung on it down the right field line. It's going to fall in for a base hit and go for extra bases. Over to get in the corner is Perry, digging for 2. Elward is in there with a stand-up double. So that double is the 4th hit for the Bees tonight, and the 2nd double that'll bring up Jeff Mathis, the catcher. Well, RiverCat fans, visit your local retailer wherever Miller Lite or Miller Genuine Draft is proudly sold for an exclusive RiverCats ticket discount offer. Purchase Miller Lite or Miller Genuine Draft 12-pack or larger, get a coupon to save 50% off Gold Rush Delta Box or Hot Corner seats. Redeem your coupon at the Raley Field box office. Restrictions to apply. Offer expires September 1st, 2006. Pitch swung on a bounce down to the second baseman on 3 hops up with him. Ginter. Keith throws to first in time, and there are 2 down. And taking third base is Elward. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Adam Patkovich. The open to California residents of legal drinking age. Miller, good call. Patkovich flied out in the second to the right fielder Perry. He flied out to Thomas in center field in the 5th. 4-0 Sacramento, top of the 7th. Our thanks to B.G. Gould for joining us here on the broadcast. Talk about Tony DeFrancesco and his days first managing in the A's organization with Medford. There's the first pitch, misses 1-0 on Patkovich. There's a pitch. That's swung on and foul back, and it's 1-1. I mean, not much has changed. Tony DeFrancesco is still a fiery man. So the guy, he disagrees with an umpire's call. He will tell him so, and not much has changed all that much in 10 years. Tony insists he's mellowed. Here's a pitch swung on, hit him to left field for a base hit. So Patkovich singles. Elward will score. It's now 4-1 Sacramento. So there it goes. There goes the streak of 18 2/3 scoreless innings until Elward scores. It's now 4-1. There's Jason Espino, the right fielder. Espino struck out looking in the 3rd. He bounced out in the 6th. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the RiverCats. 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Bees. There's a pitch. That's swung on, hit to right field for a base hit on a changeup. Rounding second base, digging for 3 is Patkovich. Here comes the throw. It's cut off by Rouse. They go back to first, not in time. And I think Charles Thomas, a little frustrated that ball was cut off because that would have been a close play at third base. So first and third now, and that brings the tying run to home plate and Darren Blakely. And I think Charles was disappointed that ball was cut. Like a pretty good throw to third. Now here is Blakely with 2 on and 2 out. A 4-1 game. Here comes Ron Romanek, who's serving as the pitching coach with Rick Rodriguez on his vacation. And some action in the Rivercat bullpen. As the left-hander Adam Pettyjohn beginning to loosen up. So Adam Pettyjohn, the A's just picked up and signed to Sacramento. He was with the club in 2004. Now Adam Pettyjohn, the left-hander, loosening up for the Rivercats. The lefty, help out Mark Watson out there. 4-1 the Rivercats leader. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Blakely, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Fritz is at 95 pitches for the ball game. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball taken for a strike, 0-1 on Blakely. Fritz has pitched a solid game tonight. One pitch. That swung on and missed, and Blakely tried to make it a 4-4 game with that swing. Dwayne Murphy cut there, 0-2 the count. Oh, did he take a hack? 0-2 on Blakely. Aceto from first, Pakovich from third. As the right-hander with the belt, now the 0-2 pitch. That's taken low and away, and digging for two is Aceto. He will get there without a throw. Let's see how they score that. It's likely to be a wild pitch. As now the Salt Lake Bees have runners on second and third. And two out strong and a stolen base. A stolen base credited to Aceto for chasing his first of the year, first in AAA. There's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, chop foul. Outside first towards Jim Everett. First base coach, and the count remains at 1-2. Pacific Coast of the game between the Rivercats and the Bees. It's a 4-1 Rivercat lead in the 7th inning. Rivercats looking for their 47th win against 47 losses. Right-hander comes set. The 1-2 pitch is taken low and inside. It's 2-2. Right now, Fritzy flirting with 100 pitches. Shall be his final inning of work. A nice way to end the inning, getting Blakely here. 2-2 the count. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Off speed. Chase. Oh, did he foul tip it? Did. He just did get a piece of it, and Brown unable to hold on. I think the fans thought it was strike three, so Blakely's still alive. It's 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, and two outs. With two on here in the 7th inning of a 4-1 game. Aceto from second, Pakovich from third, Fritz at the belt with a 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, down he goes. So Blakely strikes out, but the Salt Lake Bees do get a run on 3 hits, 2 left, where there's 6.5. It's the Rivercats 4 and the Bees 1. Well, at the bottom of the 7th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
How do they make the Heineken cake can? Theory number 8. They humiliated a full-sized keg and made it feel small.
You're pathetic. You're weak. You disgust me. You are nothing. Look at that waistline. You're just a big, fat, porky keg. Take this. Oh, there goes the big toe.
The one-of-a-kind Heineken cake can. How did they do that? Imported by Heineken USA, White Plains, New York.
Meritage Homes is on the move with brand new neighborhoods in West Sacramento, Roseville, Lincoln, Elk Grove, Plumas Lakes, and Sacramento. Each new Meritage Homes neighborhood features a selection of single and two-story homes in sizes and budgets to fit the needs of nearly every home buyer. For additional information, you can visit the communities in person, tour their homes online at meritagehomes.com, or call 916-677-5795, 916-677-5795.
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times.
For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greenergy at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
You're listening to Sacramento Rivercats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. Rivercats Baseball is brought to you in part by the Noble Way Pest Control. Don't let bugs and rodents drive you away. Call the Knights of the Noble Way. Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669, providing quality fire protection installers since 1915. And by Waste Management. From everyday collection to environmental protection, look to Waste Management.
All right, Matt Hensley takes over here for the Salt Lake Bees, but I'm not sure that anybody told Jeff Haverlow. Haverlow went out there, and they finally said, hey, listen, Harper had to tell him, listen, you're not in, Hensley is. That was something I haven't seen either. It's been kind of a crazy game. It's a 4-1 game. It'll be Brown, Thomas, and Clark to face Hensley. As far as Haverlow is concerned, he went 2 innings, allowed no hits, 1 run. It was not earned. He walked 2 and did not strike out a batter. So Hensley, the new pitcher, as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Hensley 1-1, 1.80, making his 5th appearance. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 4 and struck out 3. And before we hear about Jeremy Brown, let's pause for station identification. This is the Sacramento Rivercats Radio Network.
KTKZ Sacramento, where your opinion counts. A service of Salem Communications. KTKZ News Talk.
So here's Brown to face Hensley. Nothing quite like the taste of Jim Boy's Tacos. 50 years of great tasting favorites. Go to jimboys.com for the location nearest you. Jim Boy's Tacos. Sometimes you just got to have a real taco. Brown, right-handed hitter. Rivercats 3 in the first, 1 in the 5th. The Bees with 1 in the 7th. That's where we are at the 4-1 Rivercat lead. Here's the pitch from Hensley. That's a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. That's taken strike 3, called a breaking ball in the inside corner. Down he goes. So Brown strikes out for the 3rd time tonight, 1 away. That'll bring up the center fielder, Charles Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 2, bounced out to the second baseman Pakovich at the second, rounded out to Smith, the shortstop in the 5th. Here's the first pitch. Fastball for a strike, 0-1 on Thomas. Left-handed batter. At the top of the 8th, it'll be the top of the order. Willett, Smith, and Kochman. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on line. Drove off the glove of the leaping Pakovich and into center field for a base hit. Great effort by Pakovich. As the Alabama almost robbed Thomas. A beautiful effort. 1-out single for Charles. That'll bring up Doug Clark, the left fielder. Pakovich made a beautiful play to rob John Baker in the 8th inning of the ball game last night. So here is Doug Clark. Clark is 0 for 2 with a walk. Bounced out, flying out. He walked in the 5th. Left-handed batter. 4-1 Rivercats, bottom of the 7th. As Hensley to the plate. The runner goes. The pitch is high. The throw down to second base. A good throw. The tag, and he's safe. Tag by the shortstop, Smith. So Charles Thomas steals second base. And for Charles, that is his 7th stolen base in 10 attempts. Good release. The throw could have been a little bit more on the our right side of that second base bag, but Thomas beat it. And there's Clark up there with a 1-ball, no strike count. Rivercats had that players-only meeting on Thursday. As the catcher Mathis out there to check on Hensley. Comcast makes it easy to enjoy some of the best high-definition premium local broadcast programs available, like ESPN and Comcast Sportsnet in HD. With a crystal clear, high-resolution image and CD quality sound, it's a whole new way to see your world. Right-hander checks second. And the 1-0 pitch. That's taken for a strike. 1-1. See, it's Pettyjohn to work the 8th. Thomas takes his lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on a missed. Good fastball there. It's 1-2. 87 miles an hour with that pitch. One and 2 the count on Clark. Matt Hensley from the first base side of the rubber looks in. Thomas takes his lead, the 1-2 pitch. That's swung on and missed. He took something off. Down he goes. So Clark strikes out. That's the second strikeout for Hensley. 2 down. That'll bring up the shortstop, Mike Rouse. There's Rouse. Rouse is 1 for 3 on the night. Rivercats leading 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And doesn't too much time as Rouse steps out. Fresno beat Colorado Springs 10-8. They did a 6-run 8th. They're leading 10-8 in the 8th. Tucson leading Vegas 7-1 in the 6th. And Tucson looking for their 8th straight win. Here's the pitch to Rouse taken high, 1-0. So Tucson looking for their 59th win of the year. They have the best record in this league. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's swung on, little pop fly down the left field line. Blakely giving chase. He's under it now. He makes the catch about 20 feet inside that left field foul line. The inning is over. So no runs, 1 hit, a man left. We're through 7 complete. It's the Rivercats 4 and the Bees 1. We'll have the top of the 8th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Hey, Claire Watkins. Listen, there's a lot going on this summer. Still got to find one last summer day camp, pick up some of those noodle floaty things for the pool, and all the summer blockbusters are coming out now because it's, well, summer. And the new AT&T has lots of ways to help you stay on top of it all. Like AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month for 12 months. You can find a great camp, buy movie tickets online, and maybe find out the name of those noodle things. Switch from your old cable company to the new AT&T and get 3 months of high-speed internet free. Go online and choose the speed that works for you. So that's Claire's World. For everybody who's not Claire, whatever you want for your world, we can deliver it. Just visit att.com. Oh, and Claire, those noodle thingies, they're called noodles. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Tax delivery charges and the FUSF cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Hey, Coach Phil here for Monterey Bay Canners. When you're looking for a quick bite to eat before a Rivercats game or a night out on the town, start your evening at Monterey Bay Canners. Happy hour is daily from 4 to 7, and they even put another hour on there for you from 9 to 10. Great selection of appetizer eats and some excellent prices. Stop in at Monterey Bay Canners for dinner and enjoy 9 different types of fresh fish. Monterey Bay Canners, off I-5 at the Richards Boulevard exit on Burkett Drive. Monterey Bay Canners. If their fish were any fresher, they'd still be swimming.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig's baseball career included 493 home runs before ALS struck him out? Hit your own home run against Lou Gehrig's disease by raising money to support patient services and ongoing research to find a cure at the 6th annual Walk to Defeat ALS. The walk will be held Saturday, October 7th at the Elk Grove Regional Park during the Harvest Festival. Help the Sacramento River Cats throw Lou Gehrig's disease a curveball. For ticket information, visit alssac.org. The Sacramento River Cats are once again a proud sponsor of the ALS Association Greater Sacramento Chapter.
Hi, this is Rick Rodriguez. Tune in all season long to Sacramento River Cats baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
We go to the top of the 8th. It's a 4-1 lead for the River Cats. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the River Cats. 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error for Salt Lake. Adam Pettyjohn takes over, familiar face from the 2004 campaign. So Pettyjohn, who was in San Antonio, had 17 appearances for the Mariner AA club. 2-4 at a save. His ERA was 2.91 in 52 2/3 innings, so he pitched well. 14 walks and 45 strikeouts. So Adam Pettyjohn, veteran left-hander out of Fresno State, and he will face Reggie Willits here. It'll be Willits, Smith, and Kochman, top of the order. Pettyjohn, solid guy and good guy to have in the clubhouse. For this club he has battled some adversity through his career, and good to see him back in a AAA uniform. Pitch mix is high. It's 1-0 on Reggie Willits, who's 1 for 3. 4-1, the River Cats lead at top of the 8th. Pettyjohn, the left-hander at the plate in the 1-0 pitch. That misses inside. It's 2-0. Still Johnson at first, Ginter at second, Rouse at short, and McLean at third. Parker left, Thomas in center, Perry in right. Pitch taken a little bit low. It's now 3-0. Pitch. That's taken for a strike, 3-1. There's a pitch in there for a strike, 3-2 now on Reggie Willits. Pitch is swung on and smacked into left field for a base hit. So Willits picks up his second hit, and that is the 7th Salt Lake hit of the night. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Casey Smith. Right-hander Brad Ziegler getting to loosen up in the bullpen for the River Cats. There's Casey Smith, who is 1 for 3. 4-1, the River Cats lead. We're in the 8th. Here's the pitch. There's a bunt foul behind home plate. It's 0-1. We have our River Cats alumni report, presented by Miller Genuine Draft. Mark Ellis at 223 now, with 4 homers and 18 driven in. Nick Swisher, 263. This is going into today's game. 21 homers and 54 driven in. Justin Dukeshire, 2-1 in the area of 2.52 in 22 appearances. Godam, 1-2, 3.89 ERA in 26 appearances. As Pettyjohn over to first, swipe tag, and Willits back in safely. Kirk Sarlos, 3-5, 5.26. Barry Zito, 9-6, 3.30 in 20 starts. 61 walks, 95 strikeouts for the left-hander. Pettyjohn again to first, and Willits back in safe. That's our River Cats alumni report, presented by Miller Genuine Draft. Beer grown up. Pettyjohn to the bell. Willits, always a threat to run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on and missed, handcuffed him with a breaking ball 0-2. James Loney has hit his 8th for Vegas in that Sidewinder 51 game. Alberto Callaspo with a couple hits. Stephen Drew has been called up to the big leagues. He's now with the Arizona club. Headed down over to first again. So Callaspo moves from second to short. Matt Erickson now playing second base. So that moves a little bit with there's a lot with Stephen Drew going up. 0-2 pitch. That's taken inside 1-2. Mike Bassick pitching a pretty good game for Tucson tonight. Here's a pitch. That's a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Down he goes. So Casey Smith strikes out. One away. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Casey Kotzman. Nice night for Fred. 7 innings, 6 hits. 1 run was earned, 1 walk. He struck out 4. 1 on, 1 out in the 8th inning. Here's Casey Kotzman, who has struck out. He has hit 2 comebackers to Fritz, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th. Lefty versus lefty as the pitch from Petty John. That's taken for a strike with a breaking ball 0-1. Willits from first. As Petty John to the plate, the 0-1 pitch misses low and away. Nice stop by Brown. And it's 1-1. A's lost their ball game 7-0. They were defeated by Kurt Schilling. The Angels looking for their 45th win and trying to climb to within a game and a half of first place. They're leading 9-2 over Tampa Bay. Vladimir Guerrero is at his 20th. Mike Napoli is 12th. And the Angels may be the team to beat in that West. The A's have a ton of games against the Angels remaining. There's a 1-1 pitch. That's taken high. It's 2-1. I know the A's will take on the Angels the last day of this month and the first 2 days of August on the road. They'll host the Angels 22nd through 24th of September. Here's the pitch swung on and bounced foul into the Salt Lake dugout. It's 2-2. And then the last 4 games of the regular season, they'll be on the road in Anaheim, take on the Angels, make them down to those 4 games. How about the last 10 games against the Angels, Seattle, and then the Angels again? 2-2 the count. Left-hander with the belt. Here's the pitch. That swung and bounced down to the shortstop. Might be 2. Rouse will beat Ginter. On to Johnson. Double play. 6-4-3 double play. Adam Pettyjohn. A scoreless 8th. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. It was 7.5. It's the River Cats 4 and the Bees 1. Back with the bottom of the 8th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig's baseball career included 493 home runs before ALS struck him out? Hit your own home run against Lou Gehrig's disease by raising money to support patient services and ongoing research to find a cure at the 6th annual Walk to Defeat ALS. The walk will be held Saturday, October 7th at the Elk Grove Regional Park during the Harvest Festival. Help the Sacramento River Cats throw Lou Gehrig's disease a curveball. For ticket information, visit alssac.org. The Sacramento River Cats are once again a proud sponsor of the ALS Association Greater Sacramento Chapter.
We have all heard the stories of the great fires that struck the cities of Baltimore, Chicago, and San Francisco. Many lives were lost and millions of dollars of property destroyed. Back then, fire protection systems did not exist. With the advent of fire sprinkler systems came the skilled professionals who install them. Union Sprinkler Fitters are highly trained professionals who are proud to protect your home, schools, workplace, and property. Since 1915, Union Sprinkler Fitters have been making your life more livable by helping to make you, your family, and coworkers safe. This message is brought to you by Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669, serving the greater Sacramento area with pride and distinction.
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times. For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greenergy at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
Hi, this is Jeremy Brown, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380, KTKZ.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-1 Rivercat lead. Rivercats looking for their 47th win of the year. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Rivercats. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error for the Bees. And in the 8th, it'll be Boca Chica, Johnson, and McLean. Numbers 3, 4, and 5. Now here is Boca Chica, who is 1 for 2 with a walk. Boca Chica 347 on the year, a right-handed batter. Against a man, it's just 5 hits tonight, but they lead 4-1. Matt Roney beginning to loosen up at the bullpen for Sacramento. And the pitch from Hensley, that's swung on, slapped toward the shortstop. Up with it is Casey Smith. He throws low, but it's dug out by Elward, and there is one away. So 6-3 on the put out. Corey Myers takes over at third base for Dallas McPherson, and he'll lead off the next inning. Dan Johnson, the first baseman, will be the hitter. There's Dan Johnson, who walked and scored at the first, bounced out to the first baseman. Elward in the third, grounded out to Pakovich, the second baseman in the fifth. Here's a right-hander's pitch. That's a fastball that misses high. It's 1-0. Rivercats a 3-run lead here in the 8th. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That's a fastball for a strike, 1-1. Minnesota beat Cleveland 6-2. And Johan Santana won his 10th game, now 10-5. The 1-1 pitch. This is high, 2-1. Travis Hafner in his 27th. Justin Renault is 24th. CC Sabathia with a loss and now 7-5. Two and 1 the count on Dan Johnson. The 2-1 pitch from Hensley. That's swung on a miss. 2-2. Hensley comes down to tie his shoe. Right-handed from San Diego, ready to roll. 2-2 the count. Yeah, the Phillies all over the Giants, 14-6. Corey Lytle with the win over Noah Lowry. Ryan Howard hit another one, his 30th of the year. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's taken outside 3-2. Some of the Rivercat players were comparing Ryan Howard's swing to Rafael Palmeiro. Same type of swing from the left side. And the Phillies had 18 hits, their season high. There's a 3-2 pitch. That's swung on, hit the left field for a base hit. So Dan Johnson goes the other way, a 1-out single. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Scott McLean. So here's McLean. Scott is 1 for 3, a 3-run homer in the first. Flied out to the center fielder Willits in the fourth, and was robbed by McPherson. McPherson making a beautiful diving play to rob McLean of a base hit in the sixth. Now watch McLean. He hits those home runs in bunches as the pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. And now with 15 home runs on the year. 0-1 the count. 4-1 Rivercats, bottom of the 8th. Right-hander comes set, now the 0-1 pitch. That's checks the swing and misses inside. It's 1-1. One and 1 the count. There's the pitch. That's swung line drive, base hit down the left field line. Going to go for extra bases. Blakely to get in the corner. Johnson to third base to hold it there. It's a double for McLean. Scott McLean a double down that left field line, and for Scott his 21st double of the year, which ties it with Keith Ginter for the team lead. And here's Jason Perry, the right fielder. So second and third, one out. Rivercats trying to add to this 3-run lead. Perry bounced up the first, struck out in the fourth, lined out to the first baseman Elward in the sixth. So McLean with his 36th extra base hit of the year. And here is Perry. Field comes in. As Hensley comes set. And the pitch. That's swung on and lifted to center field. This should be deep enough. Willett's drifting over. He's under it. He makes the catch. Tagging is Johnson. And the throw is cut off. He scores. It's 5-1 Rivercats. So Perry with his 27th RBI in AAA. And other than Keith Ginter, the second baseman. There's Ginter, who is 1 for 3. Ginter flied out in the second, singled in the fourth, bounced out in the sixth. 5-1 Rivercat lead, trying to make it 3 in a row against Salt Lake, make it 7 out of 15 overall against this club as right-hander Hensley, Aaron Harang's best friend growing up, comes set. And the pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Here's a pitch. Fastball misses high, 1-1. One on Ginter. As Hensley checks second. And the 1-1 pitch. That misses outside. Ball 2-1. McLean takes the lead from second. As Hensley's 2-1 pitch. That's taken high. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. McLean at second base. 5-1 Rivercats here in the 8th. Going to be Myers, Elward, and Mathis for the Bees in the 9th. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's swung on and fouled up here. They're right in front of us. Going to land in amongst the crowd. They'll battle for it. And the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ginter. Right-hander at the belt. Hensley to the plate, the 3-2 pitch. That's swung on line. Look out! Left side, yeah. Gentlemen trying to make the barehanded grab about 8 rows above the Rivercat dugout. That hurt. Still shaking that hand. Still shaking it, boss. Still shaking it. 3-2 the count, and Ginter busted his bat, and let's get a new one. Are you excited about your career? Do you just have a job? Emer's Electrical Home Technicians looking to hire? Call them at 916-660-1688, 660-1688. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's a 3-2 pitch. That's swung on and chopped foul outside third and down the line. Count remains at 3-2. River Cats. They win this game, they'll be 24-24 here at Raley Field this year. There's a 3-2 pitch. That's swung on, a drive to left center. Going back for it is Willis near the track, and Willis on the run makes the catch near the wall, and the inning is over. Doug Ginter just missed it. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left, they're 8 complete. It's the River Cats 5, Salt Lake 1. Back with the top of the 9th after this on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
Girl, I'm no liar. I go to mycoachrewards.com for all your heart's desire. Girl, I'll put you in a fine dress from Blue Fly, Six Flags roller coaster ride, even a Hilton Sweet Beach side. And with every 2-liter, 20-ounce of fridge pack, I'm gonna save up for the things that you lack. So baby, I'm singing this song for you to tell you about my love. MyCoachRewards.com.
Residency and other restrictions apply. Enter code 5123106 or visit www.mycoachrewards.com for details.
I'm looking for a low interest rate on a home equity loan.
How does 18.9% sound?
Can you go any lower?
How does 18.9% sound? Other banks talk low rates, but only U.S. Bank has low rates with 5-star service guaranteed. Flexible home equity loans, fast decisions, and low rates. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have? U.S. Bank, equal housing lender.
Interested in an extra $100,000? Then all you have to do to enter to win is take a test drive at the Roseville Auto Mall before they sell their 500,000th car. 16 dealers, 21 brands, and a proud sponsor of the Sacramento River Cats. Eureka Road off I-80 right on Sunrise.
We know what drives you. Roseville Auto Mall.
Home of the $100,000 giveaway. Vehicle test drive required with valid California driver's license, but no purchase necessary to enter or win. See dealer for details.
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times. For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greenergy at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
Hi, this is Barry Zito, and you're listening to River Cats Baseball with Johnny Dosco on News Talk 1380, KTKZ.
We go to the top of the 9th inning. It is a 5-1 River Cat lead. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the River Cats, 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Bees as Adam Pettyjohn will start off the 9th here. Hopefully finish the ball game as Pettyjohn worked a scoreless 8. Here's Corey Myers to lead things off. Myers getting his first at bat, replacing Pearson. River Cats looking for their 3rd consecutive victory. Hope to see you at the ballpark tomorrow night, the final game of the 4-game series. A Sunday night, 7:05 start tomorrow night. There's the pitch from Pettyjohn. That's taken a little high, 1-0. There's a 1-0 pitch. That's taken low, 2-0. Atlanta leading San Diego 11-0 at Petco Park. That game is in the 7th. There's a pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. Andrew Jones is 22nd. Wilson Pettiman is 7th. Brian McCann is 7th. Scott Rowland, an RBI single, a walk-off single in the 10th as the Cardinals beat the Dodgers 2-1. That's their 6th straight win, St. Louis. That's great games, those two teams. Albert Pujols is National League leading 31st home run of the year. Line drive foul down the left field line, 2-2. 5-1 the River Cats lead. We're in the 9th inning. There's a pitch. Madness is inside, lays off the breaking ball. It's now 3-2. There's 2-2 pitch. That's foul back. Yeah, it's amazing, this game looks like we'll not have a walk-off win, but the last 3 games before last night's game, they were all walk-off victories. The Rivercats getting the 6-3 walk-off homer by Boca Chica, which swung on and foul back. Salt Lake had won the previous 2 games on walk-off hits. The walk-off single by Curtis Pride in the final game. And in the 3rd game of the 4-game set, or the 2nd game of the 3-game set, I said Casey Smith, the walk-off single, as the pitch misses inside, ball 4. So Myers walks to lead off the 9th. That'll bring up Mike Elward, the first baseman. Well, St. Louis trying to get the sweep tomorrow. It'll be Penny and Reyes. And St. Louis won 3-2, 5-0, and 2-1. First 3 games of that series. Elward 2 for 3. Here's the pitch from Pettyjohn. That's taken low, 1-0. 5-7-1 for the Rivercats. 1-7-1 for the Bees. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That swung on and popped up foul territory, first base side. Moving over Johnson. Will he run out of room? He will. Bounces from the 3rd row into the 12th row. And it's 1-1 Mike Elward. There's a 1-1 pitch. That's swung on and lifted to right field, playable. Jason Perry looking at that night sky waiting. He makes the catch, and there is one away. Now a double play ends the ball game. So 1 down. Here's Jeff Mathis, the catcher. Here's Mathis, who is 0 for 3, reached on the Johnson error in the 2nd, grounded out to Rouse, the shortstop in the 5th, grounded out to Ginter, the second baseman in the 7th. 5-1, the Rivercats leader in the 9th inning. As Pettyjohn at the plate in the pitch. That's taken high, 1-0. Adam Pettyjohn from the Central Valley comes set. The left-hander's 1-0 pitch. That's hit foul down the right field line. Slicing out of play. It's 1-1. Roseville Auto Mall, proud sponsor of the Rivercats home with a $100,000 giveaway. Take a test drive. You're entered to win $100 grand when they sell 500,000 cars. Eureka Road off I-80. Go right on Sunrise. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's taken inside. It's 2-1. There's a 2-1 pitch. That's swung on and lifted to right field. Similar spot. Jason Perry coming in, waiting. He makes the catch. And there are 2 down. So Mathis flies out to right, and now the Salt Lake Bees are down to their final out. As Adam Pakovich, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Pettyjohn looks over at first, and the pitch. That's taken for a strike, 0-1. Myers from first base. Johnson behind him as the 0-1 pitch. He checks his swing on a breaking ball, and they didn't appeal it. Did not go. It's 1-1. Stay tuned up to the ball game. We'll have the post-game show. All the highlights of this ball game, all the post-league scores and the major league scores. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on a miss, 1-2, and now the Bees down to their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Eddie John to the plate. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and lifted down the left field line. Going out, Rouse coming in, Clark going out, McLean. And it will be McLean to make the catch, and the ball game is over. Made the catch in foul territory down the line, and the Rivercats win it 5-1. We're shielded up here, so we had to wait for the umpire to make the signal, and McLean made a similar catch last night, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. No runs, no hits, a walk. One left. Final score, Sacramento 5 and Salt Lake 1. And for Kelvin South, this is Johnny Dosco inviting you to stay tuned for the post-game show coming up after this.
You've been listening to Sacramento Rivercats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM. The Sacramento Rivercats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's and five-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. Rivercats Baseball was brought to you in part by Heineken. It's all about the beer. Sacramento Coca-Cola, proud founding corporate partner of Rivercats Baseball. Coca-Cola, make it real. AT&T, the new AT&T, your world delivered. Rayleigh's in Bel Air, the market's famous for fine meats and produce. And by Miller Lite, great taste, less filling. Miller, good call. Stay tuned for a complete scoring summary, analysis, and highlights of the game in the Rivercats post-game show. Next.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Hey, got the rock there. Everybody plays now.
Hey, I just found a great way to refinance the remodeling I want to do to my house.
Oh, how's that?
I'm getting an equity loan from the Golden One Credit Union. Their equity loans have a great low rate.
Well, I can see how an equity loan may save you some money, but why use an equity loan for the financing?
Because the interest may be tax deductible, but always consult your tax advisor regarding deductibility of interest.
Yeah, I've been thinking about buying a new car.
Oh.
And if I buy it with money from a Golden One equity loan, I may be able to save money with a low rate and possibly save on taxes.
Right.
It looks like an equity loan from the Golden One is a great way to save money when it's necessary to borrow.
It sure is. Golden One members can use equity loans to make major purchases, consolidate debts, or for things like financing a college education. A Golden One equity loan application is quick and easy to fill out, and you can apply by visiting goldenone.com, any Golden One office, or by calling 1-877-GOLDEN-1.
Anyone who lives or works in the Sacramento area can join the Golden One and experience service with a personal touch. The Golden One is an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Lou Gehrig's baseball career included 493 home runs before ALS struck him out? Hit your own home run against Lou Gehrig's disease by raising money to support patient services and ongoing research to find a cure at the 6th annual Walk to Defeat ALS. The walk will be held Saturday, October 7th at the Elk Grove Regional Park during the Harvest Festival. Help the Sacramento Rivercats throw Lou Gehrig's disease a curveball. For ticket information, visit alssac.org. The Sacramento Rivercats are once again a proud sponsor of the ALS Association Greater Sacramento Chapter.
This just in, some gasoline brands you think of as being premium aren't so premium after all. Because while Chevron with Techron was the first gasoline designated top-tier gasoline by BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota, some of our big-name competitors still don't qualify. So stop by Chevron, where premium isn't just another way of saying close but not quite Techron. Chevron. And you can pay for your gas and other purchases with your Chevron credit card.
You know how popular natural foods are today. What you may not know, if you'll permit me to toot our horn a little, Rayleigh's was the first to offer natural foods in a supermarket. A separate department, like a store within a store, about 25 years ago. Over the years, our selection of natural food items has grown, and today, I doubt you'll find another major supermarket chain with our variety. Plus, we offer fresh organic produce items. This is a good time to shop at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. Through July 25th, we're having a big natural food sale. Savings on popular natural items like Jenna soy powder and soy milk, Silk brand. And we have the newest natural items like Inco's ready-to-drink white tea and Samuel Smith organic beer. Plus reduced prices on organic produce and fresh natural meats. At Rayleigh's in Bel Air, a bigger selection of natural foods and vitamins. Stop by during our sale.
Hit it! The Rivercats are up and everybody plays now.
This is Sacramento Rivercats Baseball on KTKZ News Talk 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Gotta get a hit. Gotta get a hit. Hey, the Rivercats are up and everybody plays now.
It's time for the Rivercats post-game show. Here again is the voice of the Rivercats, Johnny Dosco.
Yeah, the Rivercats get the 5-1 win. They won 3 in a row, and the Rivercats now back at 500 at 47-47. Salt Lake with the loss. They fall to 54-39. Totals in the ball game for Sacramento: 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. They left 5 men on base. For Salt Lake, 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. They left 5 men on base. The winning pitcher, Fritz, he pitched very well. He's now 2-3. The losing pitcher, Jonathan Rauenhorst, he falls to 4-5. And we'll give you the highlights right after this.
You know how popular natural foods are today. What you may not know, if you'll permit me to toot our horn a little, Raley's was the first to offer natural foods in a supermarket. A separate department, like a store within a store, about 25 years ago. Over the years, our selection of natural food items has grown, and today, I doubt you'll find another major supermarket chain with our variety. Plus, we offer fresh organic produce items. This is a good time to shop at Raley's in Bel Air. Through July 25th, we're having a big natural food sale. Savings on popular natural items like Jenna soy powder and soy milk, Silk brand. And we have the newest natural items like Inco's ready-to-drink white tea and Samuel Smith organic beer. Plus reduced prices on organic produce and fresh natural meats. At Raley's in Bel Air, a bigger selection of natural foods and vitamins. Stop by during our sale.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering you a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with our baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with us through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world and save up to 20% off with our baseball fan rate. Visit us today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738 and book the baseball fan rate.
In baseball, you can tell a real pitcher by his ERA and a real fan by his HD TV. Yep, high-definition TV from Comcast Digital Cable. You've never seen baseball like this, with amazing color and detail so lifelike you'll be reaching for your mitt. Plus, you'll get a huge lineup of premium and local programming in HD. You know, for those 5 minutes a week you're not watching sports. So this season, don't just see the game, be the game with HD TV from Comcast. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
Hi, this is Doug Clark. Tune in all season long to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dasco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, 5-1 the final score. The Rivercats get the victory in the bottom half of the first. Doug Clark bounced out, Rouse slide out, then Boca Chica, a little bloop double. And I'll tell you, things going right for Boca Chica right now. After Johnson walked, the Rivercats had runners on first and second with 2 outs, and the big third baseman, Scott McLean, stepped up to the plate. Here's what happened. And the 1-1 pitch. That swung on a drive to center field. Hit well. Willis going back near the track. It's at the wall. It is gone! Yeah, Scott McLean with his 15th home run of the year. RBIs 56, 57, and 58. The Rivercats had a 3-0 lead. Well, Ben Fritz worked a perfect first. In the second inning, he got a break with runners on first and third and 1 out. Adam Patkovich was the hitter. Here's what happened. And the right-hander's pitch. That swung on and lifted to right field. Coming up for it, Perry. Jason Underwood, he makes the catch. Elward is tagging here up the front of the plate. A good throw, and he is out of the plate by plenty. He was out by 15 feet. And the inning is over. Nice job by Jason Perry. Yeah, Perry's been so impressive in right field for the Rivercats. 1-up strike to Brown. Brown holding onto that baseball as Elward tried to knock the ball out of his gloves. Outstanding play on both ends. And Ben Fritz had worked 2 scoreless innings. Bottom of the second, Rivercats went down in order. Top of the third, the Salt Lake Bees went down in order. In the fourth, there was a double by Casey Smith, and Kochman hit a comebacker. After McPherson walked, they had runners on first and third with 1 out. And sometimes they try to master the fake to third and throw to first. Well, it worked this time as Fritz faked to third, he threw to first, and they had the runner at first base, who was Dallas McPherson, in the rundown, and DJ fired the ball to McLean, and they gunned out Casey Smith. It went 1-3 to 5-4 because McLean, alertly enough, fired to second, and they gunned down Dallas McPherson. So a 1-3 to 5-4, and they got both Smith and McPherson on the play. I've never seen that. And the Rivercats doing that in the fourth inning. So outstanding work Give Johnson, McLean, and the right-hander Fritz a lot of credit on that play. 1 to 3 to 5 for Smith and McPherson, both picked off, and still a 3-0 game through 3.5. Rivercats failing to score in the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fifth, the Rivercats will get another run, and they got that run with 1 out. There was a walk to Doug Clark. He would steal second, move to third on the wild pitch, and then Rouse hit a bouncer down to Pakovich. Pakovich fired home to Mathis, and they had Clark in a rundown. And Mathis would fire to the third baseman McPherson, who would fire back to Haverlow, and they said that they got Clark at home plate. Home plate umpire Brian Knight on the call, and Clark thought he got his hand in there, but the home plate umpire disagreed, and Clark was called out. After the Boca Chica walk, the Rivercats able to get a run on a throwing error by the second baseman Pakovich, as Jeff Mathis threw a beautiful strike to Pakovich, and they had Rouse nailed, but Pakovich's throw to McPherson was offline. It got past McPherson, and Rouse came in to score, making it 4-0 Sacramento. Well, the right-hander Fritz would throw up a scoreless sixth to bring the Rivercats' consecutive scoreless streak for the pitchers to 18. In the seventh inning, Salt Lake would get their run as they'd get a 1-out double from Elward. Mathis would bounce out to the second baseman Ginter, who would move Elward to third, and that brought Adam Pakovich to the plate. Not much has changed all that much in 10 years. Tony Consisti's mellowed. Here's a pitch swung on, hit him to left field for a base hit. So Pakovich singles, Elward will score. It's now 4-1 Sacramento. Yeah, 4-1 Sacramento lead, and what a job by Ben Fritz, the right-hander. 7 innings, 6 hits, and 1 run tonight to pick up his second win. The Rivercats would add a run in the bottom half of the eighth off of right-hander Matt Hensley, as Johnson singled with 1 out. McLean doubled Johnson to third, and that brought Jason Perry to the plate and the pitch. That swung on and lifted to center field. This should be deep enough. Willits drifting over. He's under it. He makes the catch. Tagging is Johnson. And the throw is cut off. He scores. It's 5-1 Rivercats. Yeah, for Perry, his 27th RBI in AAA, and the Rivercats had a 5-1 lead. In the ninth inning with Petty John on, the Rivercats getting Petty John, part of that 2004 championship club. Petty John worked a scoreless eighth, as he got a double play ball on Kotzman and went Rouse to Ginter to Johnson. And in the ninth inning, Petty John would walk Corey Myers. Then he got Elward to fly out to Perry. He got Mathis to fly out to Perry. Last chance was Pakovich. Pakovich a little pop fly down the left field line. We were shielded by McLean making the catch in foul territory to end it. And the Rivercats get the nice 5-1 win. And I'll tell you, Rick Rodriguez is going to be very happy when he comes back from his 4-day vacation, as he has learned that Rivercat pitchers have allowed just 4 runs in the first 3 ball games here against Salt Lake. 5-1 the final. Come back with the pitching lines and the PCL scoreboard right after this.
You know why players play for the Rivercats before they go to the big club? To get bigger, better, and stronger. Well, it works that way for plants, too. You have to give them the right start to get the best results. And the right start is Kellogg Grow Mulch. Plant with Grow Mulch and you'll get beautiful, healthy plants that look great all season long. It's just like putting a guy with the Rivercats for seasoning. Hey, maybe that's why they call it a farm team. Grow Mulch, one of the Kellogg planting mixes. Topper, Grow Mulch, or Men's Enrich, and Patio Plus, the official garden products of the Sacramento Rivercats.
Hey fans, the Rivercats and Rayleigh Field are selling a brand new hot dog and gourmet sausage. Alpine Meats, the winner of over 18 other companies in that great taste shootout of '93, is now the proud supplier to the Rivercats. Alpine products are made in small batches with select meats and premium spices, then slowly smoked with hickory. Alpine Meats, the choice of sports fans at more sports facilities in Northern California than any other company. You'll savor the flavor of Alpine Meats. After all, anything else is just a weenie. Ask your butcher. Alpine Meats, satisfying taste buds since 1936.
I'm looking for a low interest rate on a home equity loan.
How does 18.9% sound?
Can you go any lower?
How does 18.9% sound?
Other banks talk low rates, but only U.S. Bank has low rates with 5-star service guaranteed. Flexible home equity loans, fast decisions, and low rates. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have? U.S. Bank, equal housing lender.
When folks think about sprinklers, they might think of hot Sacramento summer days and happy children running through spraying water to keep cool. While that is a sprinkler, I'm speaking of the sprinklers that help make your life more livable by protecting your property and lives. The many proud, skilled members of Road Sprinkler Fitters Local Union 669 protect your life and your personal property. Since 1915, the Sprinkler Fitters Union has been planning and installing sprinkler systems throughout Sacramento, protecting your home, schools, workplace, and property. For more information, visit sprinklerfitters669.org.
Hi, this is Tony DeFrancisco, manager of the Sacramento Rivercats, and you're listening to Rivercats Baseball with Johnny Dasco on News Talk 1380 KTKZ.
All right, pitching lines in the baseball game for the Salt Lake Beach. Rowan Horst went 4 innings. He allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Jeff Haberlow, 2 innings, no hits, 1 run. It was unearned, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. And Matt Hensley, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. For the Rivercats, Ben Fritz, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 4. Adam Pettyjohn, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout as Pettyjohn picked up his first save of the year. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 32 minutes, and the attendance 11,181. Well, Tucson was leading 7-1 going into the bottom of the 7th, and Las Vegas scored 6 runs to tie the game up at 7. They're in the 8th right now, and a 7-7 baseball game. As Rivercats hoping to get some help, they could climb to within 12 with 50 games left. Tacoma 6, Portland 6. That game's in the 9th. It'll be Iowa 9, Albuquerque 7. That's a final. Colorado Springs in a wild one, which is not too rare for that ballpark. Well, we had a 7-1 Colorado Springs lead going into the top of the 8th. Fresno was 6 in the 8th, which made it a 7-7 baseball game. Colorado Springs scored 1 in the 8th to make it 8-7. Fresno with 3 in the 9th to take a 10-8 lead, and then Colorado Springs scored 4 in the 9th to win it 12-10. So a wild one in Colorado Springs. Omaha beat Oklahoma 7-6. Round Rock 12, New Orleans 4, Nashville no-hit Memphis. Final score 2-0 as 3 Nashville Sounds combined to no-hit the Memphis Redbirds, the second no-hitter for Nashville in the last 4 years. And those pitchers were Villanueva, Myers, and Zumwalt to no-hit the Memphis Redbirds. Come back with the Major League Scoreboard. We return right after this.
Now here's the story of Peg, Meg, and Sue. Come to Jackson Rancheria, it's what they love to do. Nickel and penny slots are often the choices. You can hear the excitement well up in their voices. Well, these sweet and sad seniors got truly inspired. Stayed more than a few hours than were required. First Peg hit a jackpot, next Meg, then Sue. Now at Jackson Rancheria, we call them the Wrecking Crew. At Jackson Rancheria, we call Peg, Meg, and Sue dream catchers. People have discovered that we're so much more than a casino. Perhaps you'd have too. Jackson Rancheria, are you a dream catcher?
The year was 1956, and Sacramento was booming. SMUD had been operating for a decade, and during that time, the population and the number of customers nearly doubled. Electric usage jumped 77%. In spite of this, SMUD cut electric rates 3 times. For 60 years, SMUD has delivered on the promise of public power, low rates, reliable power, and a variety of programs. Call SMUD for information on free shade trees and greenergy at 1-888-742-SMUD. SMUD, the power to do more since 1946.
Meritage Homes is on the move with brand new neighborhoods in West Sacramento, Roseville, Lincoln, Elk Grove, Plumas Lakes, and Sacramento. Each new Meritage Homes neighborhood features a selection of single and two-story homes in sizes and budgets to fit the needs of nearly every home buyer. For additional information, you can visit the communities in person, tour their homes online at meritagehomes.com, or call 916-677-5795, 916-677-5795.
KTKZ Sacramento, where your opinion counts. A service of Salem Communications. KTKZ News Talk.
Well, the A's lost to the Red Sox 7-0, so the Red Sox will try to salvage a split with a victory tomorrow against the A's. Kurt Schilling the win 11-3, Danny Herron the loss 6-8, and David Ortiz, his American League leading 32nd home run of the year. It was Detroit. They continued their dominance over Kansas City. They won 6-0. Verlander the win 11-4. Jimmy Gobble the loss 3-3. Minnesota 6, Cleveland 2. Johan Santana the win 10-5. CC Sabathia with the loss 7-5. Travis Hafner is 27. Justin Renault with his 24th of the year. The Angels beat Tampa Bay to climb to within a game and a half of first place. Final score 9-2. Urban Santana the win 11-3. Shields the loss 4-3. Vladimir Guerrero is 20th. And Mike Napoli hit his 12th of the year. Other scores: Baltimore beat Texas, so Texas and the A's tied for first place. Final score 8-1. Eric Bedard the win 11-6. John Reinecker roughed up. He got the loss. He's 4-4. Toronto in 14 innings beat Seattle 7-6. Scott Downs the win 3-0. Emiliano Fruto the loss 0-1. Carl Everett hit his 11th. Raul Ibanez his 21st. Richie Sexton hit his 17th. For Toronto, Benji Molina hit his 8th. Troy Gloss his 24th. Jason McDonald hit a home run as well, his first. The Yankees defeated the White Sox 14-3. Mike Mussina the win 11-3. Mark Burley the loss 9-7. Jim Thome at his 31st for the White Sox. For the Yankees, Bubba Crosby at his first and Andy Phillips with his 6th. Top of the ninth at Petco, the Braves lead the Padres 11-3. Andrew Jones is hit his 22nd. Wilson Betterman has hit his 7th. Brian McCann his 7th. Orman his first. And for the Padres, Adrian Gonzalez has hit his 16th. In 10 innings, the Cardinals, they won their 3rd straight over the Dodgers 2-1. Braden Looper the win 6-1. Baez the loss 5-5. Albert Pujols his 31st home run of the year. It was Philadelphia with a 14-6 win over San Francisco. Corey Lytle the win 6-7. Noah Lowry the loss 4-6. Pat Burrell at his 20th for Philadelphia. Ryan Howard with his 30th. And Moises Alou at his 11th for the Giants. Cubs beat the Mets 9-2. Zambrano the winning 9-3. Also had a stolen base and a hit in that game. Glavine the loss 11-3. Houston all over Florida 12-0. Andy Pettit with 10 strikeouts. He got his 8th win now 8-9. Johnson the loss 8-5. Lance Berkman at his 25th for Houston. Chris Burke at his 6th. Cincinnati, they scored 2 in the 9th to defeat Colorado 3-2. Bray the win 2-1. Fuentes the loss 2-3. Pittsburgh 7. Washington 6. Gonzalez the win 3-3. Corcoran the loss. Alfonso Soriano is 28th for Washington. And Arizona beat Milwaukee 8-1. Webb the win. Brandon now 10-3. Chris Capuano with the loss. Former Diamondback, he's 10-5. Johnny Strada hit his 8th. And Connor Jackson 2 home runs. Numbers 7 and 8. So the River Cats with the victory here by a final score of 5-1. As they are now 47-47 on the year. And the Bees with the loss, they fall to 54-39. River Cats hoping to get some help from the Las Vegas 51s. They could climb to within 12 games of first place. Don't forget, tomorrow is a 7:05 start. Yeah, 7 o'clock with the Heineken on deck, 7:05 first pitch. Going to be right-hander Casey Olenberger for Salt Lake. He's 4-1 in the area of 4.43. He'll go against left-hander Randy Kiesler, 4-3 in the area of 2.59. Ben Fritz, one of the big stories tonight, 7 solid innings. Scott McLean, a big 3-run homer over the center field fence. He also doubled. And the River Cats get the 5-1 win over Salt Lake. They win tomorrow. They get the sweep, and they will split the 16 games between the two clubs. I'd like to thank Kelvin Sow. Another great job by Kelvin Sow. And for Kelvin, this is Johnny Dasco bidding you farewell from Raley Field in West Sacramento, where the River Cats win for the 5th time out of 14 on Saturday nights this year. They win this one 5-1. For Kelvin, this is Johnny. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to the River Cats post-game show. The Sacramento River Cats, the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's, and 5-time champion of the Pacific Coast League Southern Division. Join us next time for more exciting River Cats baseball on KTKZ News Talk, 1380 AM.
It's on the field. It's in the stands. Hey, got the rock from there, everybody. Please now.
Thanks for joining us for River Cats baseball here on Sports Talk 1380 KTKZ Sacramento. We joined the Dennis Prager Show, already in progress.